Hello, hello, hello. We are streaming again. Just give me a quick minute. I'm setting everything up so that I don't make any mistakes. And there's my notification saying I just went live. Awesome. That's one thing that's good. Cool beans. I'm gonna make sure I can see the chat here on the screen because I'm not using my phone this time, only because my phone's like been starting to die more and more earlier lately on me, so I'm trying not to use my phone this time. So I have my other screen set up for the stream and overlay and stuff. And if you're here, let me know how my levels are right now, because I don't know what it sounds like on your end yet. In fact, let me because I don't want to mute that because then you'll hear echo. I don't want that. Alright. In that case, what's up, home chickens? Hi, Matt. Welcome to the stream. I love that. That's a phrase I've never heard of before. But I will now keep that in the back of my head. Did my game just crash? Oh, no. All I did was click back. Yep, it crashed. All I did was click back into the game, and it just crashed. I love that. That's amazing. Okay. Well, guess we gotta get that back. Okay, let's... Okay, so I have to apparently agree to the whole this is not a original game thing, okay? So I gotta re-agree to that, apparently. Give me a quick minute. I gotta full screen this again. Why is this... Is this gonna show up? Yep, it's very tiny right now, so let me fix that in just a few moments. Let's see here. Settings, full screen. That should be good. Alright, so, in that case, your audio seems to be fine, at least for now. Okay, awesome. Until I start screaming my butt off, and I don't know, Ryan said I was in for a freaking fun time, so we're gonna see how true that is. And I want to thank you, by the way, Matt, for the logo, because otherwise mine would have looked like absolute crap. So, oh boy, in that case, everything should be fine. My head is like wicked like cut out from the thing, so I apologize. Let me move that up a bit, see how that looks like on my end. Okay, that looks a little bit better on my end. Don't crash on me again, please. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. Yeah, okay, we're good. Alright, we didn't crash that time. Alright, so that being said, I don't really want to sit around and wait too much longer, otherwise this is gonna end up being like a who knows how many hour stream, because my goal for this is to try and get through the entire thing, because I'm wicked like bad about time scheduling lately, and in order to play this like in one full stream would be saving me so much other time, so I can do like other stuff like college and stuff like that. Well, hi Noah, welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, so Noah made this mod, and I've heard nothing but good reviews about it, and it's apparently somebody said it was better than Outcast. I have no idea. It's not in my right to say if it is yet or not, but somebody did say that this is gonna be it's gonna be somewhat better than Outcast. Not gonna like throw Matt down the hole or anything like that, but that's what he was saying. I can't even remember who was talking about that. Yeah, but yeah, Noah's in the stream right now, and he's the one who made this mod, so show him some love if you haven't already. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. I'm here all day. Well, that's perfect, because that means you'll get to see all my reactions and how I react to this wonderful thing of a mod. Okay, so I have all my levels set here. I think I have to reset a little bit of this though, because it made me redo the agreement and stuff when it crashed. Okay, so let's start then. Let's not hold us back any further. My name is DevCon, apparently. Alright, Devin. Devin? Oh, we're starting right into it. Devin? Devin, wake up! I shake myself awake. I'm sorry if I sound very, very tired. I woke up literally like a complete hour ago. Let me share your stream in my server one moment. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much for that. I shake myself awake. I can't speak, so buckle up. Huh? Upon opening my eyes, the image of Sayori fills my view. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Though I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. I should probably put my other ear on because I can't hear this wonderful music. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Is my monitoring on? It is, so I don't know why my voice is so muffled in my headset. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Well, you promised this morning you would check out some clubs, so I thought maybe... What are you getting at, Sayori? Well, that you can come to my club. Like I said, I have no interest in literature. Sayori, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Yeah, I'm going home. But you promised. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would be bringing in a new member. A number? And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hi, Hayden. Welcome to the stream. Streaming raid from the creator himself. Yes, so true. I think I should start recording more of the mod today. Part 3 just went up. Part 4 is coming tomorrow. Ooh, so you're getting right on top of this, aren't you? Don't make promises you can't keep. Like how you promised me you'd look at clubs? I shot myself in the foot there, didn't I? I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Sayori grabs my wrist and yanks me out of the chair. Act 1. I love this. I love these kind of screens. Act 1. Friendships made, friendships broken. I love, like, I need to implement some sort of act screen in my mod too, because that would be so fun. It would work too, because I've got certain parts for different portions of the mod, so they would work out perfectly. So, yeah, I like act screens. It's a very good touch to mods. And that was a really good design, too, you did there. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, throws open the classroom door. Was it really necessary to use so much force when you could have just gently opened the door? Okay, that's... I don't know if that's a reference to gently opening the door, but hey, that's a good touch. Everyone, the newest member is here. What did I say about calling me a new member? Huh? I glance around the room. Ooh, I didn't know you could do that. Whoa. Oh, because it splits a little bit sideways. Okay, I see it's a little bit stretched out more. That's awesome. That's a really good touch to that. This is like a lot of stuff I've already seen that I haven't seen in other mods, which is amazing because that means you put a lot of work into this. How long is the stream going for? Also, get used to gently opening doors a lot. Okay, well, I'll sit by then in that case. Ryan, welcome to the stream. And how long the stream's going for, to answer your question? My goal is to try and finish this entire mod. If it ends up becoming wicked long, I apologize. If I have to do it in like 2 parts, I will. But I'm hoping, my goal is to do it all in one stream so that I can say I played it all and have all the references and stuff and see all the reviews and stuff like that. And I can watch Matt's videos. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori's always said nice things about you, and now you're here. I've been really looking forward to finally seeing you. Wait, why did I say that out loud? My god, who is this? This angel. She's absolutely stunning. I've never seen her around school before. I would have remembered if my eyes ever made contact with the likes of her. The way her lavender eyes pierce mine. Her long purple hair which frames her face. Her mature physique? Is that the word? That any girl wished she had. I have a very bad English vocabulary. I apologize for that. Why do I feel so hot all of a sudden? My face is burning and my palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. Did it? Okay, let me read some of these comments quick. Ryan, hey, Ryan has arrived. G'day, boys. Yes, please watch me LP. It's good, I promise. I love that. Does the school turn off the AC after hours or something? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Devin, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in the situation. This club has an incredibly cute girl. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. Sayori steps closer and leans into my ear. Can you believe she's the same age as us, Devin? I turn to Sayori with a dumbfounded expression written on my face. Don't let her size fool you. Natsuki can hold her own. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Moody? Sayori steps away and turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comfortably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. I say this to both of them. However, my eyes never stray off of Yuri. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Monica smiles sweetly. That smile. That damn smile. Yeah, we had a class last year together, I believe. Monica and I were in the same chemistry class last year. I would joke with my friends of how me and her had chemistry together, implying more of a romantic connection. In reality, we only had one interaction with each other, and that was when I had sneezed and she said "bless you," to which I accidentally responded with "you too." That reminds me of that Brian Regan. He did an entire joke on this, Brian Regan, and it's like, have a nice flight, you too. Enjoy your meal, you too. Happy birthday, you too. Oh, I love that. I love when mistakes like that happen because they call for such comedy. Good day, boy. Okay, I already read that. Oh boy, Mattercraft? Craft, eh? There's no R there. I love your crisscrosses. Thanks, mate. I don't ever recall doing leet talking, if that's what it is. My favorite line in the entire mod. Dude, Brian Regan, yes, my favorite comedian. Mine too. Well, I mean, there's Gabriel Iglesias, and then there's Brian Regan on my end. But Brian Regan is a very, very close second. Take care and love. Take care of the love. Take care and love. Take care of the love that you have. I love that one. Take luck. That's right. It's great to see you again, Devin. You too, Monica. Smooth. Come sit down, Devin. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly trots back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, oh. Did she just trip? Yo, wait a minute. Did she just trip? I shouldn't be laughing, but did she just trip? She did! I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm gonna get so much hate from this later on. Natsuki trips and falls to the ground, tray in hand. Oh my god, are you okay? I rush out of my seat to help her. Ugh! Don't touch me! Natsuki gets up onto her feet without my assistance. She quickly pats herself off. There's no cupcakes, huh? Oh yeah, she's crying, so that means cupcakes are bad, aren't they? The cupcakes! The tray of cupcakes spilt over. On the floor I see a dozen of chocolate cupcakes with colored frosting ranging from pinks and whites. Each one is decorated to look like little cats with chocolate chips to make the nose and ears. I'm sorry. Natsuki looks really sad that she dropped her cupcakes. Sayori seems pretty sad too. Hey, it's alright. Look, not all of them fell out. I pick up the tray. Although a decent number of cupcakes hit the floor, there's still a few that stayed relatively safe in the tray. We can still eat these, right? Right. Yay, we still get cupcakes, Sayori! way to get the atmosphere back up on its feet. Natsuki, why don't you take a broom to get these cleaned up? Alright. Natsuki goes to the closet and we continue where we left off. Sayori leans into my ear. Hey, Devin? Yeah? You did good there. Well, everyone just seemed disappointed. That's just like you. What do you mean? Alright, let's eat the cupcakes. Sayori ignores my question. Of course she does. And she immediately grabs one, followed by Monica, then me. Natsuki also returns broom in hand. Natsuki did a big oof. Yes, she did. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn to the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. The first of many. Oh, geez. Does that mean... are you saying people are going to trip more, or is that just one of the more funny things to happen? I love how Natsuki falls down, potentially hurting herself, and Sayori's like, okay, but cupcake when? I know, right? It's like Natsuki had like broken her leg or something, and Sayori's like, no, the cupcakes! YouTube Universal Velvet Detector, welcome to the stream. Well, you don't see someone streaming the best mod every day. Oh yeah, you know it. After she finishes sweeping up the mess, Natsuki returns to the table. She's quiet. I think this is the first DDLC mod that I've actually streamed. I don't think I've ever streamed another mod. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I shove the entire cupcake in my mouth like a vacuum. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully, places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the center of the table. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Best mod discounted the prequel. Prequel? How did you manage to write this mod without dying from crying? I was crying at the end. I've been watching for quite some time, and I gotta say, your mic audio is incredible. What's your setup? So I actually recently just improved my setup like a few videos ago. I have a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 2nd Gen, which is a audio interface that does a very good job at handling background noise. And the microphone I use is an MXL 990. I got this with the 991, which is like a pair that's $100 on Amazon. And then I also bought another boom arm so that me and other people can do collabs inside the same room. And it's done me well so far. It hasn't really crapped the bed at all. In fact, sometimes the Focusrite actually, I can hear crackling in my headset. You guys won't hear, but I will, and I'll have to unplug and plug back in. But yeah, that's my basic overall setup for the audio wise. The prequel to FA. Oh, Outcast. Is that true, or is that not or is that just a joke? I can't tell. I didn't like Outcast. I don't know why. I have no emotions. This bond might as well be the spiritual successor. Ooh, that's a sick setup. Yes, I know. It costed me a lot of money. So hopefully it's worth it. All jokes aside, look forward to this bond we share. Really, really good mod so far. Oh, I'll look forward to it. I might stream that one too, honestly. Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri. Just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I understand. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I do at least enjoy a cup of tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I almost choke on my tea. That's such a me moment, too. If I were asked that question in real life, I would literally choke because I was just dragged here. I was fearful of this question. I can't tell Monica I was bribed with cupcakes and then practically dragged here by Sayori. Sayori bribed me with cupcakes and then dragged me here. Way to be so upfront, Devin. God damn. Sorry you didn't like Outcast. I know. It's everybody's opinion though. That's you gotta respect that opinion. Not enjoying Outcast counts as a hate crime. Yeah. Okay. Monica shoots a glance at Sayori, then back at me. She then smiles warmingly at me. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president, I love how well she took that. It's obvious that we're not into literature club, and she knows that now, and she's like, you know what, fine, don't even worry about it. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. So, Devin, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, yet another question I was not ready to answer. Considering I've read little to nothing in the past years, I don't really have a good way of answering. Yuri seems like an avid reader, so I need to give an answer that would seem impressive. Think, Devin, think! Manga! Called it! I knew you were gonna alter that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Did you say manga? Yeah, why? No reason. Alright then. Great interaction. I heard it's a horror book. Noah, by the way, I like the way that you didn't put moments with club. Doki Doki Outlast. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. Outlast. Outlast. Is that a thing? Or is that just a joke? If somebody made a mod of Doki Doki Outlast, I want to play it. All the mods I've ever played had the same dialogues at the beginning. That is true, but I mean, can you blame them? I mean, we're not trying to alter the story that much. And it was boring as F. I don't want to say that. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not PG, but for some reason, I feel weird saying that. Yeah, I could have taken more vanilla out, but it is, what is it? Whoa, can't read. But it is what it is now. At least it was just the first 3 days, not of all Act 1. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of psychological horror lately. Sort of like Doki Doki Literature Club? Ah, I read a horror book once. Technically, I watched a movie based off a book, but they're practically the same thing. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Trying to show off much? Oh, Monica's not happy. Oh, jeez. What was that, Monica? Oh, what was that, Monica? Oh, I was just saying that's unexpected, Yuri, for someone of such gentle nature like you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over for me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Want to bet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your mind. Is it heart or did you change heart to mind? Didn't that used to say heart? I remember this story way too well. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I've lost track of how many times I've actually just replayed over the original story. It's a good story, what can I say? I could listen to Yuri talk about writing all day. My thoughts are interrupted by Monica. Let's see, read some more of these texts here. I'm sick of reading the same text. I finished 25 mods and nearly all of them had those same dialogues. I'm sick of reading the same text 20 times. Same. Daniel does donuts. Welcome to the stream. That's where the auto clicker comes in. Yeah, right. just skipping right through it. Yeah, all mods with vanilla text should be automatically not get Yuri mods of the year. I guess I can see where you're coming from with that, but I guess I don't really have much of an opinion on that. I think it all just comes down to like the story in general. Even if it takes place at the beginning of the story. I mean, given the fact that you could easily just change up the wording to make it your own a little bit, that would be more than awesome. But I don't know. I think it all just comes. I just clicked out of my game. Oh, wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, I lost all the freaking comments because I accidentally clicked out. But yeah, I get where you're coming from with that. Garudo, welcome to the stream. Hi. And then Noah's hello. Young Seth, welcome to the stream as well. Oof, I came too late. Did you now? I mean, we just sort of started. 'Twas a joke, buddy. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's Broomgala from Reddit. Okay. Is that do I know you by chance? Are you in the server? I remember a name Garudo before, but I can't remember. Are you the voice actor? Every Yuri mod uses vanilla, really. I mean, true. Yeah, true. But like, I don't know. If I were to make a mod, which I am, I'd still try to deviate whether it's a Yuri mod or not. But it is respect. I mean, I guess it all just comes down to the storyline. This message is held. Oh, okay. I guess I could show that. That's not a problem. There's his Discord. Sayori. Okay, yeah. See, I knew I recognized the voice before. I recognize the name Garudo, so that's why I'm like, wait a minute, do I know you? Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? I keep accidentally taking way too much time with these comments. I apologize. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable to share enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We sit in awkward silence for a moment. Okay, everyone, I have an idea. Yeah, Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then the next time we meet, we'd all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. What? Yeah, let's do it! Classic Sayori. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'd help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Devin? What is this? An interrogation? Why do all these girls keep asking me difficult questions? Hold on, there's still one small problem. Huh? What's that? I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't made a definitive decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and my train of thought has been derailed. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Devin, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with Yuri. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me like a vice-like grip. Jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Devin, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. You too, Monica. Once again, I failed to form a proper sentence in front of Monica. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Devin, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. So Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! To be honest, the FA story wouldn't really work as well without Act 1 being played through. Okay, well that's understandable. It works very well, you don't need to worry about it. Or maybe I'm just trying to excuse my early lack of creativity. Honestly, one of my biggest points about FA is that a redone Act 1 would have been really benefited the whole mod. Agreed. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind can't stop focusing on one of the girls. Yuri. Maybe I'm crazy, but I definitely felt a connection between us. Will I really be happy spending time with every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I can take this opportunity to grow closer to her. Alright, I'll just have to play my cards right, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Perhaps if I write a good poem, I can gain the attention of a specific girl. Yuri said she liked horror, right? Well, let's see what I can conjure from that. Ooh, this music is good. I take a seat at my desk. Poems, 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 poems. I continue to repeat the word over and over in my head as if it would give me inspiration. Tap, tap, tap. I don't know what to write. I'm not feeling particularly inspired. I know I shouldn't have read those taps, but I did, so... Maybe if I just write 20 random words down. No, that would never work. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Sorry, my nose is wicked stuffy, so if I sound really, really stuffy right now, that's why. Poems. Enjoy the music now, because it'll be gone soon. Oh, will it? It's like, do you mean gone as in... I mean, don't spoil it to me if it's going to spoil too much, but... Is it like, when you say gone, do you mean like the music either becomes back to normal DDLC music, or like it becomes horrid? The music will exit. Oh, okay. Well, that's a great way of putting it. I get it from my chair. Ugh. What did I do? I'm a new member. I have to show I'm good enough to be part of the club. More so, I want to impress. I can't afford to embarrass myself. I already did when I told Yuri I only read manga. Aha. Excuse me. It comes back, but the music goes away for... Oh, okay. I should check out the bookstore. Perhaps if I studied up on poetry, I could impress the girls. I grab my notebook and head out. Alright, let's see. I begin running my fingers along various books. I start to pick random books off the shelf. Unwind? No. It? It's Stephen King, I love it. No. The Lightning Thief? Good book. What am I, 13? I shouldn't have said that, because now I sound 13. There has to be some decent books here somewhere. I pull another off the shelf. Doki Doki Outcast? No. A guy who walks beside me. I love that. Is that Outcast? He picks it up. This is a great story. I'm sure it is. I walk to the next aisle. I can't even keep a straight face after reading that. That's amazing. Being read through all of Outcast already, it's like, nah. Sorry, Matt. Oh, this is useless. What's useless? Oh, is that Yuri? Ah, no, it's Monica. I was close, but not really. I quickly jerked my body to face the random voice. Oh, it's you, Monica. Did I scare you? Me? Scared? Nah. I nearly peed my pants, but overall, I'm good. What are you doing here? I'm looking for some books on Chopin. Who? Frederick Chopin. Is it Chopin or Chopin? I don't even know. He was a virtuoso? And pianist. I should know who this is because I'm a musician myself, but back in the early 1800s. But I don't. Let's see here. It comes... Okay, I already read that. I want to make a Yuri-based mod too. Can you give me some advice? No. Okay, boomer. Great interaction. Devin is 13, confirmed. Yuri mods are gay who would spend months on end making them. Am I right? Nah, not... Yeah. Who would make mods called, like, this bond we share or something? Exactly. Chopin. Okay. Is that how you pronounce it? Chopin or... dots don't tell me anything. The Lightning Thief was one of my favorite series back in middle school. Oh, well, that's very... So, age 13, basically. Monica's eyes seem to light up whenever she talks about old dead guys. That doesn't sound weird at all. Are you into piano, Monica? Not exactly. I'm only beginning to learn. Piano? Really? A girl of your talents? Oh, that's great, Monica. Now it's my turn. What are you doing here, Devin? What am I doing here? I would never go to a library on my own volition. These are big words, man. My English is so bad. Well, since I'm now part of a literature club, I wanted to get more well-versed in the material. You have anything in mind? Not really. I've just been looking. In the horror section? Huh? I look up and see this aisle is marked horror. I love it. Did you happen to get inspired by a certain someone from the club? You're fun to tease, Devin. My face turns beet red. My eyes subconsciously begin to move away. I spot a purple figure near the checkout. Hey, Monica? Isn't that Yuri over there? Huh? Monica turns around and sees Yuri checking on a handful of books. What a coincidence how 3 club members all went to the library by themselves at the same time. Right, Monica? Monica seems to be fixated on Yuri. Monica? Oh, sorry about that, Devin. I just got a bit distracted. Devin, do you mind if I ask you a question? Go ahead. What do you think of the club members? Monica seemed really serious when she asked that. Well, as you know, Sayuri and I are best friends. Natsuki seems alright for the most part. And Yuri? What about Yuri? At the club, you seemed very entranced by her. Did I? You did. Gulp. Are you sure? Yuri is a good asset to the club, but she's very timid around new people. I'd be very upset if she left because she felt uncomfortable in this club. Monica, I would never do that. Good. Just keep your distance from Yuri, okay? Oh, she's trying to keep us away. I don't like that. Are you sure it's the right thing to do? I don't want to isolate her. Everything is better that way. No, it's not! Monica is acting really weird. Hey, I'm only 13 and a half years old. Well, technically I turned 13 in 4 months, so I might as well be 14, so there. I'm actually 13 and a half. You cheeky bugger, you. Get destroyed, liberal. Why would I purposely avoid Yuri? Well, I have to go now. Bye, Devin. Monica skips off. Ooh, I already don't like her. It looks like Yuri has already finished checking out her books and left too. Why would I make Yuri uncomfortable? Everything's better that way. Something about the way Monica said that made me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, no shit that it made me feel uncomfortable. Perhaps I'm just overthinking things. I just squeaked. I'm sorry. Get on my level, peasants. I'm 14 and a half. I end up not buying any books. Oh, that's fun. So you just wasted like 2 hours of your time coming here? Instead, I just began to walk home. I still have a poem to write. You didn't write your poem? You're disqualified. I love it. Hi again, Devin. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a difficult time, a little out of my comfort zone, but I'm a man of my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, excuse me, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Devin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. You even said yourself, Sayori practically had to drag you here. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Excuse me, Natsuki, but I was still talking before you interrupted. Ooh, she getting big and strong. Hey, I'm looking out for us. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps your manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki turns around and marches towards the closet. Don't worry, guys. Devin's always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room was so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire. You almost burned your house down once. Is that so? She did? Did she ever tell you that story? Devin, wait! Sayori was having a party at her house. I'm freaking out. The dog's having a seizure, and I still got a half a pie left. Stop it! It's embarrassing. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Devin can become good friends too? Sayori? Huh? As per usual, Sayori is completely oblivious to even the most basics of social cues. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Well, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Guess that's my cue to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. It's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Excuse me, Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Uh-oh. I think she noticed me staring at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I just wanted to know a bit more about the book is all. Oh, I'm glad you're interested in it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Infinite Isolation. Ooh, it's not the portrait. The cover shows a shadowy figure sitting in what appears to be the jail cell, though the barred window of the cell wall is a single cherry blossom. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a woman and her husband who are imprisoned in a human experimentation camp. They plan to escape the camp, but unfortunately their plans are discovered. As punishment, the wife is forced to watch them hang her husband from a tree, and then spend the rest of her days in solitary confinement. The rest of the story is about her dive into total insanity after the traumatic events. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that the dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles, all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Devin? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. Let's see here. What about my disqualified? You need permission slip from your parents seeing you as you are under 14. Epic Drake and Josh reference. You dumb kiddies. Buddy, you are younger than all of us, so you have no say. Yes, I'm 4. Don't worry, I'm 2.5. We're good. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. So, she's so shy and reluctant on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they can believe in. Excuse me. And suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Devin is a child gamer after all. Hell yeah! My big brother would kill you. Not again, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost any interest in it at all. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. My dad can beat up your dad. I love that joke. It's like a freaking classic. Everybody uses it as an excuse. The least I can do is listen. I don't have a dad. Ooh, that got dark real fast. The least I can do is listen. If that's true, I apologize. It's a literature club after all. That's true. Yuri seems to be to relax a bit now. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just grab the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. BRB, I'm gonna go to war with myself. Okay, have fun. Hope you come back with all your limbs. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or something. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them, sorry. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It almost feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open. Sweet home Alabama. What are you going to do, step bro? Or what are you doing, step bro? My asshole hurt? Is that a word? Step bro. I guess that makes it hard, kind of difficult to determine. If I'm missing any references, please feel free to hate on me. Like, I seriously. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. I try to focus on reading. I guess Kappa is... Oh, Lena. Lena or Lena? Okay, I looked away and I saw a white screen, and I see Lena. I don't know... Lena, wake up. Oh, it's the actual book. Oh, interesting. So we get to actually read part of the book. That's awesome. I slowly open my eyes. The sunlight is blinding until a figure appears over me. He speaks to me in a deep voice. Wake the fuck up, Lena. We got a camp to burn. My vision clears as I see who's before me. It's my husband, Keanu. Not gonna say anything. I groggily sit myself up. Keanu grabs my arms and helps me. Come on, we'll talk after you get something in your stomach. I guess Kappa isn't bad, but I am scared about World War III. Don't worry. I just bumped my upstairs. Don't worry about it. My eyes glide among the pages. The words aren't difficult to understand, but it's been a long time since I've read a book. Are you okay? Suddenly Yuri's eyes fall on me. To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Yeah, no shit. I glance over at Yuri's face again. Keanu got me distracted. And our eyes meet. I couldn't keep up with Yuri even in normal conditions. In our current position, I'm having an even harder time focusing. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. I hope Yuri doesn't think I'm illiterate or something. Nevertheless, I continue to read. So remind me what the plan is, I ask. Not here, there's too many ears around. I look around the courtyard. Keanu and I have been trapped in this POW camp for months now. I'm sick of it. We plan to escape, but I'm nervous. The stakes are high, and if we get caught, who knows what could happen? Regardless, waiting for help isn't gonna work. We'll rot in here before war ever comes to an end. I look around the other prisoners around me. It's like a zombie movie. Everyone is so lifeless. I suppose this is what happens when humans lose their humanity. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes a page before me, so I turn it on my own violation. Volation? I don't know. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Epic book reading time. Yeah, you think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but the kind of reminiscence of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Devin, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. Fantastic. 10 minutes and I've already managed to ruin my chances at love. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I went more of that. It's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Classic Monica entrance. I love it. I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. It might have been my imagination, but it seemed Monica was giving me a dirty look before turning away. Oh, I don't like Monica. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. I'll go ahead and finish the first few chapters. That way we can read together when the story picks up. That sounds like a good idea. Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yep. The stomach ties itself in a knot. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. With whom should I share my poem with first? Gee, I wonder who my first... It could be Yuri, might even be Yuri, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go Yuri. Yuri's probably the most experienced, so I can trust that she'll give honest feedback. Also, she's the girl that I'm trying to impress anyway, so it only makes sense to talk to her first. I walk up to Yuri. I guess this is where we show poems, huh? I guess so. The gentleman in me would say ladies first, but Yuri seems nervous about this. Not too comfortable with sharing, I presume. It's just that I've never done this before. Alright, that's fine. How about I show you my poem first then? Really? Of course. Yuri sighs in relief. Thank you. I wave my hand dismissively. Don't mention it. Just don't make fun of my handwriting. What do you mean? A lot of people give me crap because my handwriting is very childish. Devin, I would never do such a thing. The funny thing about that is that that's so me. Like, literally, my signature gets worse and worse all the time. Like, I have to sign, when I'm buying lunch at my college, I have to do, like, they have, like, these little signing things to sign off when using debit. So when I have to sign my name, it's awful. Devin, I would never do such a thing. It's getting worse by the day, I'm telling you. I hope it's not how you really see me. No, it's not it at all. I don't think of you the type of person who would make such a big deal about something so minuscule. Forget I said anything. Very well. Anyways, here's my poem. I hand Yuri my poem. The silence of the night. I lay, eyes closing, drifting out of consciousness. Thoughts fester and plague my mind. This is amazing handwriting. What are you talking about? My imagination plays tricks on me. It's much better than mine, as the deafening sounds pound my eardrums. But the fragile silence is broken by the sound of a voice. The sweet, sweet voice of a woman bidding me goodnight. I breathe in and out as my eyes close again. I lay in the cage of my blankets. I feel as if I'm in a dream. Wow! I can feel the aura of another person next to me. I am captivated by the voice at my door bidding me goodnight until I realize I live alone. My heartbeat is unstable as my eyes explode open. The deafening silence returns and my eyes slowly drift out of consciousness again. Phenomenal. What was that? Devin, This poem is fascinating. The dark tone and eerie ambience you've created is very unsettling. Not in a bad way, though. Did I raise my voice? I'm sorry. Damn it, I was actually getting somewhere. Alright, Devin, fix this. Hey, it's alright. I didn't even notice. Please continue. You seem very interested in my poem. Yes, like I was saying. It's a very dark and chilling piece that really evokes emotion. Question for you, Devin. How much experience do you have with writing? Your use of metaphors and the way you pull the reader into your poem is fascinating. Really? Thanks, Yuri. That means a lot coming from you. To be honest, this is actually my first time writing poetry. I knew that. I could tell by... Yuri traces her finger along my poem, dissecting it down further. Yes, here's how I was able to tell. A common mistake I see in new writers is that they try to make their writing too deliberate. They usually try to focus on one or two different topics or styles and try to form fit the two together. The end result is that both the writing and the meaning of the piece are weakened. Once Yuri gets her thoughts together, she appears to be a whole different person. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. That's good advice, Yuri. I'll definitely consider that next time. I'm sure you'll improve nicely. Old Bonnie TV, welcome to the stream. I can't read that. I'm sorry. I don't speak that language. I don't want to assume what language is though. I think it's like, is it like Russian, something like that? There's a lot of different like new like the symbols and stuff for alphabet in different languages, so it's hard to keep up which ones are which. But I think that's Russian, but I don't speak Russian, so I'm sure you'll improve nicely. Metaphors can go a long way in writing. I have an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Yuri smiles as if this is a rare opportunity for her. I think that in itself is funny. I mean, isn't this a literature club after all? Yuri hands me her poem. Ghost Under the Light. I have read this before, but for the sake of the reading it and stuff, I'm just going to read all the poems anyway. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I probably shouldn't tell you that I've never learned how to read cursive. Well, it's just that I don't read scripts very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is very pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. Size shouldn't matter, right? Right? I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it was our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Devin. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's really impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, my nose is so stuffy, I apologize. It's really hard to read for some reason. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Devin. Me too. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Woo! Did I peek that? I'm sorry. I guess that's everyone. Sayori showed me her poem, Dear Sunshine. I could tell she wrote it this morning, but when I asked her, she avoided the question. Next, Natsuki showed me her poem called Eagles Can Fly. It was short and simple, but the message on how you can try and try, but never be really be good was very well thought out. Lastly, Monica and I shared our poems. Her poem was titled Hole in Wall. It was pretty abstract and I didn't really understand it. Monica said it had something to do with an epiphany of hers, but that she didn't go into much detail. Nevertheless, I thought it was a good poem. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice. There's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What was this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It's just I meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, if I could give a few small critiques. What? Is it not edgy enough for your taste, Yuri? What is that supposed to mean? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Devin did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which yours definitely wasn't. And Devin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Devin appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Whoa. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew 2 sizes bigger as soon as Devin started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. This is a beautiful fight. This happens in, like, every mod. This is a good one, though, because this one, like, changes the text a little bit. I would never do something so shameful. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Devin! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing's more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of even making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Devin. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Devin? Well, how did I get dragged in this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Am I really the best person to intervene in this conversation? Attempt or pretend you weren't... Hold on, I gotta save right here, excuse me, because I would love to go through all the options and stuff. Attempt to defuse situation, because that's probably... I'm gonna play this realistically first, how I would do it in real life. So right now, I'm just gonna attempt to defuse the situation. I think you both have very talented and very unique writing styles. Bullshit! I sink back into my seat. The voice of Natsuki just pushes me back. I really needed to start preparing myself for difficult questions these girls might ask. Excuse me, Natsuki, but I don't think you have any right to talk to Devin like that. You know what I think, Yuri? I think that when I first met you, I was excited to meet someone who I thought I'd share the same interests as me. But now I see that you're just some stuck-up bitch. It's no wonder you have no friends. Ooh, this is getting deep. Yuri runs out of the classroom, wiping her eyes with her sleeve. I stare deeply at Natsuki. I see regret in her eyes. I should go apologize. Before I can process what just happened, Natsuki's already out of the classroom. I turn to Monica. Aren't you gonna do something? Should I? You're Miss President, aren't you? You should go help resolve the situation. I think they'll be fine. She walks off. What the hell? How is the club president not gonna do anything here? I don't think Yuri wants to see Natsuki right now, so maybe it's best if I intervene. I start to walk towards the door to go find Yuri. Devin! I stopped cold in my tracks by Monica's sudden shift in tone. You should stay here. Yuri just needs some time to herself to calm down. There's something ominous the way that Monica says that, but maybe she's right. Yuri will come back when she's ready. I don't like Monica. I officially don't like Monica. DDLC players. Ah, shit. Here we go again. I love that meme. I need to blow my nose. I'll be right back. You're gonna be silent for a few minutes, but I apologize. I apologize. Won't happen again. I promise. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on how my nose feels. Hello. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing our poems? Devin, I'm a head out. How do you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Yuri's just like, yeah, whatever. It was alright. Devin, how about you? I guess it was okay. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So, your poems turn out even better. Excuse me. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Determination! Devin, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go! that was a great reaction to me saying, sure, let's go. Laughing? Okay. Sayori beams at me. I don't know, was that in the actual, in the game? Because that's a very, very odd place to put a laugh. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? I think to myself, I shouldn't judge people based off of only just 2 days. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Devin, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being with friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, let's do this. Time to write another poem. Yuri seemed to like the last one I wrote. She seems to be fond of using symbolic meanings in her poems. Maybe I can do something like that again to impress her. Yay! Day 3, I think, of the club? Yeah. Well, I'm back at the literature club. When I look around, everything seems to be going normally. Yuri is reading her book, and Natsuki disappears into the closet. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly notice that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. I turn to my head to read the cover. Portrait of Markov? Oh, there's the portrait! Yay! I don't know why I'm being so energetic about it, but yay, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. And if that's the case... if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? That sounds great, Yuri. Thanks. If there's one thing I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. What is wrong with Pro Gamer Nico? Welcome to the stream. What is wrong with this chat? Oh, we're just a bunch of memers playing a DDLC mod. Don't worry about us. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, with the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Sure, yeah! Okay, may I have the water? I'm sorry, I'm a very terrible reader. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? I hand Yuri back the water pitcher. Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you, rather than just standing there. Yeah, why not? No, I'm talking about the people about the World War III dads beating up other... Yeah, no, I mean... we like to joke around, it's alright. There's nothing actually going on, I presume. It's all just in the fun. Shall we go, then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri and I, we're gonna go get some... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. Devin and I were gonna fill the water pitcher, Monica. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, I swear to God! And even I was about to speak up right there before Yuri speaks up. Monica, would you kindly remove your nose from other people's affairs? Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Devin in club activities? Or are you upset because I'm doing more to involve our new club member than you are? Huh? Oh, damn, that was shots fired right there. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Devin. Yuri quickly exits the room. I look around the room. I see Sayori dig her face deeper in her book. In the corner, Natsuki recedes back into the closet. The look on Monica scares me. I quickly follow Yuri out into the corridor. She's just... she has robot face on right now. It's like, whoa! Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that, it made me feel so irritated. She's crying. Oh my jeez. She's got, like, tears, like, flooding down her face. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? Why do I have to make myself so unlikable? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Devin, how come whenever I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them that way. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Devin, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. Did I just get friend zoned already? I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. 'Tis the way of life. Also, is Kappa going to destroy everyone's channel on January 9th, 2020 with a fee? My friends were mentioning that yesterday. I wouldn't worry about that because they're going to be targeting much bigger YouTubers, I've kind of learned. And even they've done phone calls with some people already that I've watched. And they're not out to, they're saying themselves that they're not out to find everybody, but they're targeting. I think they're targeting people who, first of all, just monetize their videos, can have ads on their channel, and I think they're only doing the bigger YouTubers anyway, because those are the more, like, people, that's what everybody comes to, it's what all the kids come to and stuff, and they're not going to see smaller channels like the ones that are around us right now. I guess we'll find out on the 9th, I guess so, but like I said, I don't think there's anything to worry about. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyways, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. We arrive at the water fountain. Yuri begins to fill up the pitcher. Devin, do you think Monica's mad at me? I think back to Monica's blank expression. I don't think Monica is the type of person that would get upset over something like that. I should apologize to her, right? I think so. Just tell her how you feel. It wasn't right for her to intrude on us, you're right. Oh, that's Yuri. You're right. I'm not really good at displaying my emotions. I don't really get to experience social interactions as much as other people. And when I do, I usually end up embarrassing myself. I unintentionally give her a look of pity. I try to come up with something to say. Yuri? Yeah? She looks at me with upturned eyes, like I'm some sort of painting she's appreciating in a museum. I think you have enough water. Huh? Yuri looks down at the pitcher. The water is completely overflowing and spilling over. I love that. Eek! Yuri quickly lets go to the button. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yuri, it's fine. It is? Yeah. I'm sorry I distracted you. Then okay. Yuri dumps out the excess water. I need to do something here. Yuri's clearly still on edge. Yuri, look at me. Huh? It's going to be fine. You didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't focusing on the water. I'm not talking about the water. I meant with Monica. You don't have anything to worry about. You sure? I'm sure. Here, I'll prove it to you. From this moment on, I promise I will do everything in my power to stop anything from hurting you. I realize that was probably a very odd thing to say to a girl I met only 3 days ago, but... So, thank you, Devin. Huh? Let's go to the classroom now. Everyone's probably wondering where we are. Yeah, let's go. I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but it appears Yuri at least lets go of her current anxiety. As we enter, I can feel the penetrative stares of the other club members. Devin, do you like oolong tea? I'm not really that knowledgeable when it comes to tea, so I guess whatever is fine. Well, perhaps I can teach you sometime on the art of making tea. Yeah, that'd be a nice date, huh? Oh, jeez, did I say that? I guess I said too much. So, what exactly is the first step to making a hot cup of tea, Yuri? I do my best to lighten the mood. And my nose getting stuffy again, damn it. Oh well, allow me to show you. I almost read that as shoot. Holy crap. Holy shrap. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches a teapot and begins measuring the tea levels. Or levels? Leaves. Levels? What am I doing? I can't read. I'm sorry. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking recently, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not a very hard thing for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. It's getting hot again. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Devin. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. My face is probably bright red at this point. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Devin, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Uh-huh. I'm 99% sure we're not talking about reading posture, but I think it's best if I just leave the conversation at that. I'll go get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Just got back from World War III. How did it go? Hope you kept all your limbs. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? I always found Yuri cute since the moment I laid eyes on her, but when she's being less apprehensive, I feel like my heart is about to burst. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Oh, thanks. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her posture. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. Fortnite Chapter 3, I ran. Yes. I call upon every reserve of willpower I have in order to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. Run, Lena! Keanu shouts at me. I run as fast as I can. Ugh! I hit something solid and fall on my back. Upon impact, the back of my head collides with the earth. My head begins to throb uncontrollably. I try to see what I ran into. A guard appears in front of me. He gazes down at me with a sinister smile. He then motions to another guard and shouts something foreign. Get off me! I hear Keanu yell from several yards behind me. I try desperately to see what's going on. Suddenly, I remember I had chocolate with me. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with a chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might end up smudging the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. My brain is circuiting at this point. In that case, Yuri has already been dragged back into her book. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if this situation was completely natural. What the hell am I supposed to do here? I can't stop now! I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Devin? Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. One of these days, I will hold a conversation with a girl, without making a fool of myself. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. There it is. I see. At this point, I can hear my own heart racing. Yuri tries to return the book, but even I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. I'm in too deep to stop now. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. I start to place it into my mouth, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. Her lavender eyes pierce through mine. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I have half the chocolate sticking out of my mouth. I lean my face towards Yuri. It's as if both of us are in a trance. Our faces growing even ever so closer. The rest of the world is gone. It's just me. Yeah, Monica! I knew that would happen! You never have anything good, can we? Instead of one black hole, a nuke falls from the sky, kicking you out of the game, then goes under downtime for a week. Nah, fam, it's gonna be a full... Nuclear explosions are devastating. It's gonna be at least a year. Okay, everyone. What? In my panic, that was like a Hank Hill thing. I don't know what the hell that was. In my panic, I accidentally inhale the chocolate. I start to cough uncontrollably while the other members just stare pitifully. Fucking Monica, I start to cough uncontrollably while the other members just stare. That is my emotion right now. That is literally what I'm thinking right now. I gulp down the rest of Yuri's tea to wash down the chocolate. It's time to share poems. Devin, you can help Yuri put the tea stuff away, right? Yeah, of course. Fucking Monica. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. Once I calm down from my near-death experience, I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word being between us. My nose won't stop itching now. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Show and tell time! Ready to take a look at my poem today? Of course. I'm eager to see how well you've improved. I wouldn't exactly say I've improved, but, well, we'll see what happens. I hand Yuri my poem. My fingers. Mr. Fingers. Despite bitter judgment, despite what you know, eternity is encased in a rusty cage. No one can leave, no one can be free. The feeling of rust on the fingertips, like rusty spoons, it's almost... The horror of the sound of rusty spoons on a rusty cage. Scraping, scraping, scrape. As contamination watches over the desolate landscape, the birds chirping turn to cries of men. The howling winds turns to the scream of children. The rustling leaves turns to deafening silence. Silence is all there is in a rusty cage, except when the silence is broken by a rusty spoon. I'm gonna break my rusty cage and run. Diablo Graves, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, buddy. Devin, I really hope Yuri doesn't figure out how I wrote this poem down in one go. I have no idea how to use symbolism or anything. I like rusty spoons. I can tell, Noah. Literally everything in my poem is just scrambled words put together to pretend to have a meaning. Yuri's a very perceptive reader, though. This isn't good, and she's gonna find out I bullshitted my poem. This poem is phenomenal. What? If I had to guess, dissecting this poem, I can see a lot of symbolism. At first glance, it may appear as if the writer had no idea what they were doing. She hit the nail on that one right there. On the head right there. But diving further into it, the way you described the rusted cage and spoon, and the use of auditory examples, Devin, correct me if I'm wrong, but this poem is describing the mind of someone with schizophrenia, right? Is that how you pronounce it? The cage representing the mind. The rusty spoon symbolizes the sporadic thoughts that pound on one's brain. And the horrid sounds show the hallucinations one hears and sees. What the fuck? Yeah, Yuri! That's exactly what I wanted to convey when writing it. Your poem was in the... We're doing great at winging this shit. Your poem is indescribable, but in a good way. How did you manage to pick up on these techniques so quickly? Thanks, Yuri. Although I'm sure it's nothing in comparison to what you wrote. You flatter me, Devin. However, you shouldn't cut yourself short. With more practice, you'll be able to display the read of your most inner thoughts. I don't know, Yuri. The inner machinations, is that the word? Of my mind are an enigma. Milk spills. Just silence. Even my thoughts are silence. Anyway, my nose will not stop itching. I apologize. Anyways, please continue. Schizo. Oh, schizo. Oh no, did I fuck that up? Schizophrenia. I think I like that one better, honestly. It's schizophrenia. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't know why I said it like that. That was not intentional at all. I need another sip. Ah, yes. I was saying previously you shouldn't be afraid to be more daring with your work. My head is itching now. Rather than Fox23, welcome to the stream. Still can't read that. Rather than writing down your thoughts, write down what you can see and hear. Schizophrenia, Devin 2020. That is going to be my beginning 2020 quote, and I'm not even upset by that. That sounds like a good exercise, Yuri. Maybe I'll try it out. I have an example of that if you maybe want to. I'd love to read it. Yuri smiles dreamily and hands me her poem. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. I'm sorry. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon. I haven't read this poem in forever. It is so hard to remember what this says. Outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconsciousness well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon, increments, yeah, its phase reflects. Man, Dan, this poem, that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. How did I read this the first playthrough I did of this game? I sliced the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. My nose will not stop itching, I apologize. It's also getting runny now. Once again, I'll be right back and I'll read this last paragraph after I get back. I brought a Powerade too, in case I run out of my soda. I apologize again for that yet again. I can't believe my nose is being so stupid today, and I apologize for that. I don't mean for that to get in the way of this. If it happens again, I might even just frickin' bring in the tissue box in here and just not ever leave this room again. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. Raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. My nose, no matter if it's runny or not, always itches whenever I read something. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me his excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian? Is that Pavlovian? I have no idea what that says. Conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. What flavor of Powerade? It's the 0-calorie stuff. It's fruit punch. Every time I read the raccoon, I imagine a raccoon on cocaine. I love that. That's amazing. That's my favorite comment now. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. Maybe I'm just dense, but I don't have even the slightest clue as to what the poem is supposed to mean. I know what it means. Does that mean Does that mean I'm not dense? That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate in their own way. Devin just called a Powerade by its flavor and not its color. Alien confirmed. And I think the best part is I had to look at the freaking flavor because I didn't even know what I was drinking. I just grabbed a Powerade. Is that bad if you're drinking something you literally that you literally don't know what you're drinking? Is that like a bad thing? Oh my jeez. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Do you really think that, Yuri? Yuri nods slowly. Well, I suppose I can't speak for everyone, but I want you to know that no matter how strange your hobbies may be, I would never judge you based off them. You don't really mean that? Of course I do. Everyone has their own weird hobbies that they may not want to share. Plus, it's not like you're doing anything dangerous, right? Shouldn't have said that, Devin. Right? I mean, I know I have a lot of guilty pleasures I'm embarrassed about. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. But you do hate yourself. You've been talking about how you keep messing up and you're embarrassing yourself. And now you're going to say you don't hate yourself? That's kind of contradictory. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Devin. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I'd feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I'm looking forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. I try to hide the fact that I'm starting to blush. It's nothing really. It's really... Did I repeat really? I did. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Well, once again, that's everyone. After yesterday, I felt it was a bit easier to share my poem today. After all, anything would be a big improvement from the poem I wrote for yesterday. On the other side of the room, Sayori's talking at Natsuki. Wait, so he didn't kill him because their mothers are both named Martha? Yep. Oh, so is Sayori hanging out with Natsuki now? That's lazy writing, don't you think? Oh no, are they gonna start fighting now? As I pan my eyes down to the room as they stop on Yuri and Monica, who are sharing their poems. It looks like Yuri is trying to apologize. Yuri, let me tell you something. Monica leans into Yuri's ear. Oh, is she spreading freaking lies? Do you understand? Yes. Yuri nods timidly. What was that about? I begin to walk over. Monica grabs everyone's attention. Okay, everyone, I believe that concludes poem sharing for today. Monica, I have to go early and catch up on some homework. Is that okay? Sure, Sayori. See you later. Bye! Sayori waves goodbye and skips off. I have to go too. My dad is making dinner and I have to be there on time. Natsuki leaves without saying anything else. Monica goes behind the teacher desk to do club president stuff, I suppose. I guess that just leaves me, Yuri and me alone. I walk up to her. Hey, Yuri. Is everything alright? Is there something you want to tell me? I've got to go do something. Yuri rushes out the room, clinging her to her backpack. Well, that was odd. I turn around to stare at Monica. Hey, Monica. She looks up from her stacks of paper. Is there something you need, Devin? Do you know what's going on with Yuri? She's a strange one, isn't she? Not that there's anything wrong with that, mind you. Yeah, but she seems to be acting stranger than normal. Well, maybe you should just ignore her. Ignore her? Yuri isn't used to being around new people, so I just shouldn't talk to her? No. It's okay to make some light small talk. Just don't get too attached. Yuri has a way of being a bit obsessive when it comes to these things. Now I'm really lost. I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't think I'm following. Look, Devin, just don't get too close to Yuri, alright? I mean, you can always spend time with me. I begin to blush. Did Monica, the class star, just ask me to spend time with her? I shake the thought out of my head. I don't know. I feel Yuri and I have been getting along rather well. And Monica's like, Monica, you don't really know Yuri though, don't you? I mean, sure, she's mysterious, but I think I'm learning more and more about her each day. Also, earlier Monica whispered something in Yuri's ear that seemed to really bother her. What did you tell Yuri earlier? What do you mean? I saw you whispering something to Yuri and... Oh, don't worry about that. It was just some girl stuff. There's something here she's not telling me. But I'd be dreaming if I thought I'd be able to get information out of Monica. Is there anything else you need, Devin? I guess not. Awesome. Well, if you don't mind, I have some club president stuff I have to do. Guess this is how Monica not so subtly asked me to leave. Alright. Bye, Monica. I feel like that's a genuine consensus, really. Batman vs. Superman is a bad movie. Don't at me. I saw part of it. I don't necessarily remember how it actually went, so I can't really touch up upon that. I feel that that's the general consensus, really. Girl stuff. Yuri seemed really bothered by whatever Monica told her. It must have been really unnerving. Yuri completely ignored me and rushed out of the room. Perhaps I'm overthinking this. And what was that Monica that was saying about Yuri being obsessed over these things? What does she even mean by these things? And what does she mean by obsessive? I feel Yuri and I have gotten fairly close, and I'm starting to actually understand her. Or perhaps she's only showing me what she wants me to see. This is getting nowhere. I can't focus on anything else except Yuri. I need to clear my mind. Perhaps writing a poem will help. Okay. Well, school day's over. Time to head to the literature club. There was an odd tension in the air yesterday. I want to talk to Yuri to clear things up. I don't care if Monica told me to stay away from her. It's obvious something's bothering her, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I arrive in front of the door. Before I open it, I can hear muffled shouting from the other side. What the? I hastily open the door. Is it Natsuki and Yuri? Nope, it's Monica and Yuri. Monica, I'm sorry for disrespecting you. I don't want your apology. Ever since you joined this club, you've been toxic. You sit at your desk, face shoved into a book, and don't communicate with any of us. You outcast yourself here and take up space. You know there's a thing called a library, right, Yuri? So if you're gonna just come and read and isolate yourself, you can do it there. What do you say to that, Yuri? Yuri exhales sharply. I think you're a total bitch! You have no right to treat me this way. You think you know everything, but guess what, Monica? You're just some dumb slut. Oh, I just squeaked when I said slut. You think just because you're popular, you can walk over everyone. Well, think again, because when I'm done with you, not even your own parents will recognize you're bashing. Yeah, go ahead, Yuri. Show everyone what you really like. Show Devin what you really like. Yuri glances around and notices that I've been in this room this whole time. Devin, wait, it's not what you think. I'm not really like this. Yuri's eyes frantically look around the room. Here's a suggestion, Yuri. Have you considered killing yourself? It'd be beneficial to your mental health. That's what Monica said to Yuri back in the original story. I'm sorry, that's what Yuri said to Monica. Once again, Yuri rushes out the room with tears in her eyes. Monica, what the hell is wrong with you? You're gonna blame me? Why would you say something like that? Now you see how Yuri really is. I can't believe this. Monica went out of her way to show the worst side of someone. You're disgusting. I turn to see that Sayori is also here, but is in a chair, hands tightly held against her ears. I need to find Yuri. I wouldn't do that, Devin. You may not like what you see. Go to hell, Monica. I rush out the room without another word. Now, time to find Yuri. I run down the hall looking through empty classrooms trying to find her. Monica is going back to the kitchen. Okay. I run down the hall looking through empty classrooms trying to find her. I make my way to the end of the hall near the staircase. I can hear muffled sobs coming from upstairs. That has to be Yuri. I run upstairs as quickly as I can. Yuri! Okay. What the hell? Yuri. What I see makes me feel sick to my stomach. Oh my god. Devin! You weren't supposed to see me like this. My brain scrambles trying to comprehend what was before me. My thoughts are hazed, though, as my body takes over. I start to walk closer towards her. No! Stay away from me! I'm a freak! Yuri, please, let me help you. My eye is itching. Sorry. Those scars look deep. Let me see if the nurse is still here. No, please don't. I don't deserve to be helped. I take another step towards Yuri. Yuri, I just want to make sure you're okay. You saw me. You saw me behave in such an indecent way. Back at the club, Yuri completely lost her cool. But anyone in that situation would in a situation like that. I have so many pent-up emotions inside of me. I was doing such a good job of bottling them up, but they just slipped out. I take another step towards her. I said stay away. She continues to back up away from me. I don't know what to do. Excuse me. She's locking herself in a cage, when all I want to do is help, let her out. Why, Yuri? Tears crash around her. Trails of blood stain the floor tiles. I can't help myself. I can't fight the urges. I can't control the pain I feel inside. I can't let people accept me for who I am. I can't accept me for who I am. Because who I am is a monster. I take more steps and reach out for her. Stop it! Don't you understand I don't want to be helped? Just leave me alone. Yuri turns around and runs away from me. Wait. I'm gonna head to bed. It's 2:04 in the morning. We'll definitely be at any of your future streams. I appreciate that, Hayden. Thanks for sticking around. I chase after her, but it's no use. I just clicked out of my game. Oh boy. She's too fast and I lose sight of her. Oof, that's late. Later, Hayden. She's too fast and I lose sight of her. My nose won't stop itching. I fall to my knees and hang my head down in shame. This was happening all the time. I should have known. I have to find her. Pressing my hands into the tiles, I heave myself onto my feet. I continue to rush down the hallways. As I turn the corner, I hit a small pink figure near the vending machines. Oof! Ugh! Oh, Natsuki, I'm so sorry. Watch where you're going. If you're going any faster, you would have knocked right into me. Knocked me right to the ground. I'm sorry. I noticed she has some coins in her hands. Natsuki, why are you holding? Shut up. Excuse me. It's none of your business. All right, sorry. You don't have to be so defensive about it. Damn. All right, I'm sorry. My dad just hasn't been doing good financially, so any money, no matter how little, helps a lot. Oh, no, now I feel bad. Forget I said anything. Why are you here? Shouldn't you be in the club? Well, I was, but it's a long story. Anyways, I need to find Yuri. Why are you stalking her? Or why are you stalking her? Do I really come off as a stalker? Natsuki, seriously, I need to know where she is. Well, I suppose I could help. Really? How? She lives down the road from me. Can you take me there? Like I'm gonna help you stalk her. I facepalm. Natsuki, for real. For her safety, I need to find her. Oh. Fine, since you put it like that, I'll help. But if I hear you did anything to her... Yeah, can we go now? Natsuki leads me out of the school. What was that she said about her home situation? Sounds hard to believe her father doesn't make enough money to the point of having to look under vending machines. The way she brushed off the topic makes me feel like there's more to it. I can't dwell on it too long. Right now, Yuri needs my help. Natsuki stops and points to a house. There it is. Thanks, Natsuki. Whatever. Just keep this day between you and me, okay? She walks off and is eventually out of sight. I make my way to the front door. Here I go. I press against the doorbell. No answer. I knock loudly on the door. Yuri, it's me, Devin. I just want to talk to you. I look up into one of the upstairs windows. Inside, I can spot a purple figure peeking from behind the curtains. Quickly, she jerks the curtain shut. Well, this is definitely the right house. How can I convince Yuri to let me in? Light bulb. I bang on the door once more. Yuri, I brought our book. I figured since we left the club early today, we could read it somewhere else. Within 30 seconds, I hear the sound of locks turning. I can't believe that worked. Yuri slowly opens the door and just enough to speak through it, but not enough for me to see inside. Devin? You shouldn't have come here. I know, but I couldn't help but be worried. Yuri, may I please come in? No. You should leave. Yuri starts to close the door, but I shove my hand in the small threshold. I'm sorry, Yuri, but I'm coming in whether you want me to or not. This is definitely considerable as a break-in at this point, but I don't care. If Yuri hurt herself and I did nothing to stop it, I can never forgive myself. I can sense Yuri backing away from the door. Thank you. Once I walk into the house, Yuri stands before me. If I hadn't known any better, I thought she'd kept in here for weeks. Standing this close, now I can see her arms clearly. Or I guess I should say what's left of her arms. It's clear that some of those cuts are fresh and had to be made recently. If I hadn't came, who knows what would have happened. Yuri, I'm sorry that you had to see me like this. I'm not really comfortable sharing this side of me. Then I won't make you share. I pull the book out of my bag. Infinite Isolation. How about we just sit down and read? In the short 2 days me and Yuri have had, we're already about a third through the book. Okay. For the first time, Yuri's eyes leave the floor and look up at me. Is it fine if we sit on the couch? Yes, that's fine. Devin, do you mind if I go clean myself up real quickly? Of course, Yuri, take your time. Thank you. With that, she turns around and starts upstairs. What did I get myself into? I take a seat on the couch and wait. Bzzz. As I'm looking around the room, my phone vibrates in my pocket. It's fucking Monica, isn't it, huh? You can't run from me for it's fucking Monica. Who the hell? I type out a response. Who is this? She doesn't deserve. It's fucking Monica. What the fuck is going on? Who is this person? How do they have my number? This is getting intense, bruh. Devin? I jump out of my seat from the unexpected sound of Yuri's voice. Yuri is now standing on the other side of couch. Woo! Good job. I'm lucky she's not some sort of assassin because she could have easily snuck up behind me and snapped my neck. Is everything okay? Yeah, I was just waiting, is all. She's now wearing a cotton sweater to hide her arms. You didn't wait too long, did you? Not at all. Come, sit down. I gesture for Yuri to sit up beside me on my side of the couch. Are you sure? Well, how else are we supposed to read together, silly? Yuri takes a deep breath to calm her nerves. My nose is being such a bitch today, I'm sorry. She then looks back at me. I suppose you're right. With that, Yuri slowly steps onto the side of the couch next to me and stiffly sits down. Yuri takes the book from my hand and opens it to the page we stopped at previously. As we continue reading the book, we are following the main character as she is now forced to live the rest of her life in a small cell with no human contact. She is constantly haunted by the visions of her dead husband, who was brutally hanged in front of her. She's also tormented by hallucinations of the guards laughing and mocking her. She's slowly starting to spiral into the dark pit of insanity. I wake up in a cold sweat on the floor. I try to get up but fall back to the ground. Ugh. Everything hurts. I don't know how much time has passed since Keanu was hanged. Ooh, that's bad. I stopped counting the night cycle after about a week. It just seemed pointless. I haven't gotten any sleep either. How can I sleep when every time I close my eyes I see his body swaying underneath that tree? Those damn bastards. I go over to the small sink in my room and I run the cold water. You failure. Huh? I hear an ominous voice call to me. I look into the mirror and my reflection stares back. Suddenly it opens its mouth. You couldn't save him, it whispers to me. Do you know how important you were to him? And you let him die alone. No, I say. I shout back to my reflection. Stop it! You're not real! Oh, I'm as real as you are, it responds. I am just a reflection of you after all. She or I say that in a matter-of-fact way. My reflection continues to pester me. You can't hide from me. I am you. I scream at the top of my lungs. Get out of my head! I punch the mirror and it shatters. Glass falls to the floor. I stare down at the broken pieces and they stare back. It scares me. The emptiness in my eyes. With shaky hands, I pick up a long shard of glass. I firmly grasp it in my right hand. I then turn to my left arm. It's like writing a book. My arm, the page. Oh no. This sounds like Yuri now. Really does sound like Yuri. The glass, my pen. Clenching my eyes shut, I press the glass to my skin. It's cold. I begin to move my arm. In my panic, I jolt back and take my eyes off the book. I stare at Yuri, who fails to meet my gaze. I go back to the first day I read with her when I told her that the main character reminded me of her. I feel like I'm about to throw up. Tears begin to fill Yuri's eyes. Do you know why I shared this book with you, Devin? Because I don't know how to properly communicate with people. I don't know how to speak my true feelings. I don't know how to show people who I really am. The only thing I know are books. I had hoped that by sharing this book with you, I could somehow show you a glimpse of my mind. But now I realize that was a tragic mistake, because now you see who I really am inside. Yuri. I reach out to grab her hand, but she jerks it away. Tell me why you're really here, Devin. What? You didn't come here because you wanted to read. You came because you felt sorry for me. You thought I would hurt myself, or even maybe... She trails off. I ask myself, why did I come here? It's not like I was forced to. I only met Yuri 2 days ago, so why do I feel so obligated to help her? You're right, Yuri. Huh? She looks up at me. I stare deeply into her lavender eyes, and they pierce back. I didn't come here originally to read with you. I came because I was worried about you. Because I want to help you, Yuri. What you're doing is dangerous, and I want to help you stop. But Devin, I can't. Don't you think I've tried? I know the dangers of it, but I can't stop myself no matter how much I want to. Why would now be any different? Once again, I reach for Yuri's hand, except this time she doesn't move away. I hold her hand gently wrapped in mine. Because this time, Yuri, you're not alone. I'm gonna help you, and we're gonna get through this. Together. Why help me? All I've done is bring you into this world of hurt. And every time you show affection, I push you away and tell you to leave, yet for some reason you stay. Yuri, because Yuri, I mean, that's what friends do. They stay by each other no matter how hard life gets. I almost just told Yuri I love her. Do I love her? I don't even know what love is. I don't have any friends, Devin. That's not true, because now you have me, and I won't let anything or anyone hurt you from here on. Suddenly I remember something. Oh, I almost forgot. Huh? I have something for you. I grab my bag. You weren't at the club today, so we didn't get to share poems. I pull out a sheet of paper from my bag. I wrote this. For you. Me? I know it's not in your preferred style, but it does express how I feel. I wrote it yesterday. I just had a weird feeling, and I wanted to express it. I didn't write anything. That's okay. Do you want to read it? She silently nods. With hesitant hand, she reaches for my poem. Amethyst Angel. You keep your secrets locked inside. There's a storm within your mind. I'll be the light to guide you through the dark. I promise that I will fix your broken heart. I know you're hurting deep inside. I promise it'll be okay. I promise no one will ever hurt you. We can find that special day. You're too perfect for this world. Your heart is made of solid gold. I promise, pretty lady, that together we'll grow old. I went into your twisted world of pain so I could get you out. You're such a beautiful person. You're the one I can't live without. This is... Tears start to glide down her cheeks. I just want to help you, Yuri. Yuri looks down at her sleeve. I can see dark red stains forming in the cotton. She didn't clean her cuts. I reach down towards her sleeve. Her other hand quickly latches onto mine. Devin, please, trust me. She slowly exhales, then hesitantly releases her grip on my arm. I slowly roll up her sleeve. Now that I'm this close, I can really see the damage. This poor girl has completely mangled her arm. Lines upon lines of cuts all in a row. Some new, some old, some shallow, and some dangerously deep. Do you have a first aid kit? Yuri nods and stands up. I get up and she takes me to the bathroom. I wake up and check the time. 10:40 a.m. It's Saturday, so I could relax after such a stressful week. Unfortunately, that's not the case considering the events that occurred yesterday. With Natsuki's home situation and Sayori avoiding me. Not to mention those mysterious texts I got. And, of course, Yuri. After I helped clean her cuts, it was getting late. I felt that it would be best to go home as I feared Yuri may implode from anxiety. Before I left, however, I asked her if she would like to go out today. I told her about a fairly new cafe that opened up in downtown, and she said she would like to go. I guess I should start getting ready then. I sit atop my bed and I look through the window. It's a bit cloudy currently, but it looks like it's going to clear up later. After completing my daily routine and eating breakfast, I look at the clock. I should probably start heading out now. I pull out my phone and send a text to Yuri. I'm glad I remembered to get her number before I left. I'm making my way over to your house now. Are you almost ready? Hopefully today will be nice and easy. I think Yuri deserves to have a normal day for once. I don't expect her to bring up her cutting, nor do I plan on bringing it up. I'm going to help her, but I have to wait for her to be ready to open up. Bzzz. Yes, I'm ready. Perfect. I grab my wallet and keys and exit my house. I arrive at Yuri's house and ring the doorbell. Immediately the door opens as Yuri steps out. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. I love the dress that you have here. That's amazing. I love the purple with the blue. It works very well together. Hello, Devin. Have you been waiting by the door this entire time? Well, you said you were on your way, and I know, but it's nearly a 10-minute walk from your house, my house to yours. If you were ready a long time ago, you could have texted me, and I could have gotten here faster. It must have slipped my mind. Anyway, shall we go? Yes, let's go. Yuri beams at me. Big thank. Very nice outfit. Yes, very, very nice outfit. A pleasant sight to see after such a horrendous few days. We walk until we make it to the downtown area. This is the part of town full of all sorts of restaurants, shops, and clubs. You name it, it's here. Street performers and beggars also line the sidewalk on occasion. We walk by a guy strumming on an acoustic guitar. And now here's Wonderwall. As a musician, that is so funny to me because literally, like every beginning musician ever, like Wonderwall is the most easiest fucking song to play, and literally it's just 4 chords over and over again, and it's really annoying whenever somebody like says, "Oh, I don't know this song, but let me play Wonderwall again." It's like, really, like learn some shit, learn more than just Wonderwall or like freaking that other like that Green Day song, "Good Riddance." Great song, but wicked overplayed by people who play guitar for the first time. Because all it is just those 4 chords. Yuri and I speed up our pace a bit. I believe the cafe is just at the end of the block. Sure enough, we finally arrive at the cafe and step inside. I'm gonna get another sip of soda. Haven't had one in a while. It's not even cold anymore. We stand in line and look over the menu above. Well, Yuri, you're the tea expert. What do you recommend? There's so many kinds, and I don't want to give you something you don't like. Relax, Yuri. I'm not super picky. Ah, maybe I'll get a green tea. That's a fine choice, Devin. Perhaps I'll have their ginseng. Is that how you pronounce it? Ginseng tea? I don't know. I have no idea what that is, but if Yuri's getting it, it must be good. I turn to Yuri to see she is talking to herself. Are you all right? Yes, I'm okay. I'm just rehearsing my order. What? You don't mentally prepare yourself on how you're going to phrase your order before ordering? I can't say that I do. Oh, this is very embarrassing. Now I've done it. I really need to get better at talking to girls. Hey, don't worry. I'm sure a lot of people practice their orders. Plus, I think it's kind of cute. What did you just... Next! Cashier saved our lives right there. That's us. How can I help you today? May I have green tea? 1 green tea. The cashier writes down my order and then turns to Yuri. And what can I get for you, ma'am? I guess I didn't let Yuri finish her rehearsal. I'll take the tea. The cashier stares blankly at Yuri. Man, we have a lot of different kinds of tea. He points to the menu behind him. Of course, I'm sorry. The cashier, clearly uncomfortable, looks at me. Someone shouts from behind us. Can you hurry up already? Some of us has places to be. I turn to see there's a noticeably large line behind us. I look over to Yuri, who's turned as pale as a ghost. I'm gonna save here again. And I think what I'd probably do in real life is just order for her. Not because I don't want her to, like, learn herself, but mainly because of the fact that, like, I think that it just, I do it in the best interest of not keeping people held up and stuff like that. And it's not to shut down on her or anything like that. So I think we're going to order for Yuri. I turn back to the cashier. She'll have a ginseng. He writes down the order down. 1 ginseng, 1 green tea. That'll be all? Yes, thank you. I pay for our order, then escort Yuri to an empty table. I'm sorry. It's okay, Yuri. You don't have to apologize. But those people were clearly angry at me. I embarrassed you, didn't I? Yuri, look at me. It's okay. You didn't embarrass me. Also, who cares what those people think? If they want to be impatient and mad, then that's their own problem. Don't worry about what the other people think. Also, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have distracted you when you were practicing your order. Thank you for ordering for me. Don't mention it. The waiter comes by and hands us our tea. Anyway, okay. Anyway, let's enjoy... Devin, can you stop saying that? Saying what? Anyways. What's wrong with saying anyways? I don't get her logic. The proper term is any... Oh, okay. See, I don't know this. The proper term is anyway. Anyway is an adverb, thusly cannot be plural. And while anyways may technically be a word, it is often used in how do you say that? Language, and it's very informal. I'm sorry, I guess? I didn't mean to sound rude or anything. It's just... Did I raise my voice again? I'm sorry. Yuri! It's fine. I appreciate you informing me how not to sound informal. Oh, you're welcome. Now, let's enjoy our tea before it gets cold. Good idea. We start to drink our tea in silence. That's a lot of silence. I just strike up a conversation to break the awkward tension. So, Yuri, want me to join a literature club, you know, before it went to hell? Well, if I'm being honest, it was to meet people with similar interests as me. I thought maybe perhaps I could find people who had an equal fascination in storytelling. I had also hoped that it would maybe help me not feel so secluded from the outside world. My ear itches, I'm sorry. Maybe it could be a starting point to become more comfortable with human contact. I suppose it didn't exactly work out that way, however. Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. I mean, you met me, right? And I believe that you and Natsuki, despite your differences, have become a little closer. I suppose you're right. Think of it this way, Yuri. As much as I hate to say it, if it weren't for Monica and the Literature Club, we wouldn't be sitting here sharing a cup of tea together right now. Again, you're right. Of course I am. I'm always right. I lean back in my seat and rest my hands behind my head. I fucking called it. I love that. I need another drink. That's the most perfect time moment ever. God, props to me for freaking like predicting that so well. I'm always right. Yuri and I share a small laugh. I guess in the end I accomplished my goal and made friends. As we sip our tea, an idea strikes me. Light bulb, you said that again, Devin. It's like Despicable Me all over again. Yuri, do you want to visit Sayori? Sayori? Yeah. Yesterday she seemed really down because you weren't there. Well, I don't want her feeling blue. I would love to pay Sayori a visit. Great. She'll be happy to see both of us. We finish our tea and head towards Sayori's house. We arrive in front of Sayori's house. Devin, aren't you and Sayori neighbors? Yep, that's my house right there. I point at the house next to where we are. Anyway, let's go inside. You're just gonna walk in. Oh, jeez, I squeaked. You're just gonna walk in. I just did it again. Walk inside. Thank you. Finally freaking said it correctly. My voice is like dying on me. Relax. I texted her earlier saying I was coming over. Plus, Sayori and I have been friends for so long, it's completely normal for us to just waltz into each other's homes. Sayori? It's a bit uncharacteristic for Sayori not to be rushing down to greet me. I walk upstairs to Sayori's room as Yuri hesitantly follows. Is this going to be another I gently open the door things like Ryan was talking about? I knock on the door. Sayori, can I come in? Sayori doesn't answer. Maybe she isn't home. Oh my jeez, my voice is actually dying. Whoa. Sayori is always home. I knock on the door once more. You better be dressed because I'm coming in. I gently open the door. Devin! Yuri! What are you doing here? Well, Yuri and I were having tea together and I thought it'd be fun to pay you a visit. I see. This isn't right. Bringing Yuri here should have made Sayori happier, but it seems I've accomplished just the opposite. You have a lovely home, Sayori. Thank you, Yuri. Is it just you here? Yep, my parents are always away on business trips, so it's just me and Mr. Cow. Sayori points to a stuffed cow at the foot of her bed. Sayori? Yes? That's a female. How do you know? What? Males don't have udders. Oh, okay. Males don't have udders. Is that so? Well, this is fun, right? All of us together. Excuse me. My sentence is cut short by a phone ringing. I reach for my pocket, but it's not mine. I turn towards Yuri. I'm sorry, but I have to take this. Yuri steps outside and answers the phone. Now it's just me, Sayori, and Mr. Cow. Mrs. Cow? We stand in awkward silence for a moment. So you and Yuri, huh? Wait, Sayori? I don't know what you've got going in your head, but I promise it's not like that. You can't hide your feelings, Devin. It's obvious since day one that you and Yuri have been falling for each other. My face is red hot right now. Sayori must have turned her AC off. I don't know what you mean. It's really great seeing you make friends. I'm really happy for you. Now I know something isn't right. Something is bothering her. Sayori, what's wrong? I step closer to her. I know when something's up with you, you can't hide it from me. Sayori gives me an empty laugh. That's where you're wrong, Devin. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first... This is very not... This music does not match the situation right now. What do you mean? This isn't good. You weren't supposed to see... Oh, okay. So the music just quit then. I love how it like basically heard me. You weren't supposed to see me like this. I feel like I've been hit by a semi-truck. Flashbacks to when I caught Yuri cutting herself in the hallway fill my mind. I try to shake it off. Sayori, whatever it is you're going through, let me help you. You don't seem to understand, Devin. I don't want to be helped. Help us for people who deserve it. I still can't wrap my brain about what she is talking about. Sayori, I don't understand what you're saying, question mark. You're just going to make me spell it out for you, huh? Devin, for all my life, I've struggled through very bad depression. I've had voices in my head telling me that I don't deserve happiness. Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I feel like there's nothing worth waking up to. Why go to school when I have no future to look forward to? Why wake up when every day the pain grows more and more? Why wake up whenever I try to see the silver lining and my vision is blocked by rain clouds? Tell me why I should wake up just to put a mask to hide myself. Why make friends when all they do is use you to feel better about themselves? when you're seen as the clumsy one or the goofy one, the one who can never show any other facial expression besides a forced smile. Why wake up when one of the person who was the sole reason for me going through all this pain is in love with another girl? My heart drops. It feels like my entire world has been hit with a big avalanche. My entire friendship with Sayori. I've been blind this whole time. What? I pull Sayori into my arms. I hold her softly. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I never knew Sayori. I promise you from now on I will do everything to make every day a little bit better for you. Devin. Sayori isn't holding me back. She presses her hands against my chest and pushes me away. You don't understand. No one understands. I don't want people to worry about me. It's bittersweet, you know? That word feels like a knife twisting in my chest. Sometimes it feels nice, and other times it feels like a hammer being smashed against my head. It all makes sense to me now. Why you came here. It's the world wanting to punish me. I know I deserve to be punished, but this is beyond torture. Seeing you here, seeing you with Yuri, it's like my eyelids are forced open while I have to watch a spear go through my chest. And the person driving it through me is the one I trusted the most. Every waking moment, every heartbeat is a cry in pain. Sayori, I don't have even the slightest clue as to what to do here. I step closer to Sayori and gently grip her shoulders. I know I can never understand what's inside your head, and I know I haven't treated you as best as I could have all these years, but I still know what's best for you. I give Sayori a sad smile, and I promise you that I will always be by your side. But Devin, I remember how Yuri once told me that the eyes are the window to the soul. And as I looked through Sayori's windows and peered down in her broken soul, there was only one thing for me to say. Sayori, you'll always be my dearest friend. Get out. What? Get out of my house. Go away. Now. But Sayori, I said get out. She grabs a glass paperweight that's sitting on her desk and throws it at the wall beside me. Shattered glass ricochets off the wall. I frantically sprawl out of her bedroom and downstairs. I would say that obviously that was not a very fun interaction, but I like that because it was realistic, and that's a great thing to do within a mod that includes Sayori's depression, whether it's even about a Sayori mod or not. Just any mod that has a more realistic take to the whole depression state and stuff. And obviously she wasn't happy with you saying that, turning down her confession. I mean, yeah, great, but like the thing is even people who have depression don't know what they really want and stuff. So even for have them want you to be with them still necessarily isn't the best thing for them. And I like that about this mod because it takes it in a very realistic manner, and I like that about that. Sayori angry. Yes, very angry. In fact, she broke something made of glass and almost like could have totally hit us at any given moment and just didn't. But that's not something that I'm not going to get into too more detail about. But yes, Sayori angry. I run all the way outside. Yuri follows me now off her phone. Devin, what's wrong? We'll talk about it later. I look back. Sayori slams her front door closed. We shouldn't have come here, Yuri. I'm sorry. It's okay, Devin. As you said, Sayori's been acting differently recently. Perhaps she didn't mean whatever she said. I think back to what she said. My best friend's suffering through depression her whole life, and I've been oblivious to it. I made fun of her for sleeping in or being super clumsy. It's all my fault. I turned to Yuri and realized she's been staring blankly at me this whole time. Sorry, I just got lost in thought. You want to know what helps me to clear my head? I usually go to the local bookstore and read. Of course you do. I smile at Yuri. I think I could use a good book to clear my head. We start off to the bookstore. I need another sip. Have you ever seen a more beautiful place, Devin? Can't say I have. Admittedly, before I met Yuri, I wouldn't be caught dead next to the bookstore. But as I've grown closer to her, I've actually started to build up a passion for reading. Devin, do you see that? I follow Yuri's finger to see what she's pointing at. It's an advertisement for a book. A Sakura's Guide? I shake my head. What's that? It's supposedly a sequel to Infinite Isolation. It's about the main character's plan to escape, and the spirit of her late husband guides and protects her. What's the thing about the Sakura? The husband was hanged on a Sakura tree. Are you not paying attention to the book? The book said cherry blossom. They're the same thing, Devin. Looks like it's my turn to be embarrassed. I change the subject.
Well, why don't we buy it? Once we're done with our current one, we can start on the next one. I wish we could, but unfortunately it hasn't been released yet. Only the title has been shown, but the author hasn't mentioned anything else about the book. Wow, I can't imagine anything more annoying than an author teasing a project, but never revealing anything else about it. Gee, I wonder what that reminds me of. Some mod that somebody by the name of Devin is making? Devin, oh sorry, cough. I said my name instead of the cough. Why? Well, with that said, would you like to continue reading? I would love to. Luckily, the bookstore has a copy of the book. I grab it. I love when you can do this. It's amazing. I grab it and we sit at an empty table. Yuri and I go through the next few chapters in silence. It's getting late. Would you like me for me to walk you home? My, what a gentleman. My face grows hot. I guess the library keeps their AC off as well. I love all the AC jokes. I love it. Don't mention it. As we walk out, the boy at the register calls out to us. Hey, Yuri. Yuri sees the cashier waving at us. Quickly, she rushes out the door. I follow suit. Yuri, are you okay? Did you see how everyone was looking at me? How did he know your name? I come here a lot, and sometimes he just tries to start a conversation. I try not to come whenever he works. Even if I'm really into a book, I wait to purchase it until he's off shift. Did he do something to you? I'll go over there right now and... No, he's never done anything besides make light conversation. Then why do you avoid him? To avoid conversation. I knew Yuri was introverted, but I must admit this is a tad bit absurd. She goes out of her way and even inconveniences herself just to avoid a single interaction. We walked the rest of the way home in silence. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Yuri. I start to head back home. Devin, wait. What is it? It's very late. I'll be fine walking home. Thanks, though. Wait, is that what No, that's Yuri said. Okay. I'll be fine walking home. Thanks, though. But Devin, would you like to... If you wanted, you could... Are you asking me if I want to spend the night? Is this for real? I would never have imagined Yuri would ask me a question like that. Or any girl, for that matter. Alright, Devin, play it cool. Sure. Really? Yeah. Maybe we can even read a bit more of the book. And maybe you could show me how to make tea as well or something. My eyes start to the sidewalk. Okay, that's not the right to, but okay. Out of nervousness. Yuri then smiles softly. I'd like that. We both walk inside Yuri's house. I'll start the tea. Okay, I'll get the book. I don't have the book. I keep it in my backpack. Yuri comes back. Is something wrong? Yep, I don't have the book. I don't have the book. Yuri softly giggles at my distress. Devin, did you forget where you are? She gestures to a large bookcase in the living room. Ah. I walk over and sure enough I find the book titled Infinite Isolation. I pluck it from the shelf and take a seat on the couch. Yuri comes back in tea in hand and places the teacups before us on the table. My nose! We get in our normal reading positions and continue to read for a little while. Yawn. Are you ready to go to bed? I love how I said that. Yuri rubs her eyes and nods. Alright, we'll stop here. I close the book and stand up. I guess I'll be sleeping here. Devin, you're my guest. What kind of host would I be if I let you sleep on the couch? Like every host ever? Because that's usually how it goes? Well, where else am I going to sleep? Oh, don't even go there, I swear to God. I get an anxious feeling welling up in me. Is she going to ask me to sleep with her? Yuri is asking me? Yuri? Yuri is asking me to... In her bed? Hold up, Yuri. Are you about to say what I think you're about to say? I'm sorry, it was a stupid question. I shouldn't be pushing it this far. Maybe it's best if you go home. I'm sorry I forced you to spend time with me. Yuri, again, you're overthinking things. You didn't force me to do anything. I'm glad I'm here. And I suppose if you're okay with it. She looks up at me. I have a big bed, so we won't have to lay so close to each other. Yuri gives me a small grin. We both share a small laugh, then head upstairs. Knew it. I freaking knew Act 2 was gonna happen. Act 2, A Cure for Pain. 2 weeks later. I slowly open my eyes. The warm sunlight peeks through the curtains. At first, I was surprised when Yuri offered to share a bed, but I soon figured out why she wasn't nervous. She wasn't lying when she said she had a big bed. The thing is nearly 6 feet wide. I look over to Yuri, peacefully sleeping. For the past 2 weeks, we've been taking turns staying at each other's houses to read, drink tea, etc., etc. I don't know why I said etc. We're already in the last few chapters of our book. We haven't been going to the literature club at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure the club has been shut down since it was only Sayori and Monica. Even wrapped in... What happened to Natsuki? Did Natsuki leave? Even wrapped in the thick blankets, I feel cold. Sayori loved the literature club, and now it's gone. You know what? Maybe she... I think Natsuki actually left first, didn't she? Did she leave first? I can't even remember. Devin, I'm knocked out of my trance. I turn to Yuri. Good morning, my purple princess. What? Despite sharing a bed, Yuri still seems to be uncomfortable with any displays of affection. I guess technically, with the exception of sharing a bed, our relationship hasn't progressed beyond just friends. I'm too scared to ask her to be my girlfriend. What are you thinking about? Huh? You were spacing out. Is there something on your mind? I'm fine. Just ready to start today. I get up and head to the bathroom to do my normal routine. Once downstairs, I see that Yuri has already started making breakfast. What you making? Just some pancakes. How fancy. I shoot Yuri a slight grin. She then sends back and continues cooking. I take a seat and start thinking about the past 2 weeks. Even with Yuri and I spending so much time together, we've yet to talk about her cutting. Yuri is very reclusive, and I plan on waiting for her to open up to me, but that hasn't been the case. I've been preparing for when she did so I could help her. I've been contacting a psychiatrist who can help her and maybe even prescribe her with medication. Yuri comes to the table, sets down a plate in front of me, and then takes a seat. Do you have any plans today, Devin? It's now or never. Yes, I did. Did they involve reading or tea? Yuri smiles whimsically, but I don't share her moment of happiness. She notices I'm not smiling and shifts into worriness. Is everything okay? Yuri, for the past few days I've come into contact with a psychiatrist. Hold on. I really think he could... Yuri jumps up, sending her chair crashing to the ground. Why would you do this to me? She starts to march away, but I stop her. I don't think so. Is that like an Obi-Wan reference? I grab her and pull her into my grasp. I literally watched episode 2 last night, if that's an Obi-Wan reference. It's perfect. If it wasn't, it'd be a perfect spot for one. I grab her and pull her into my grasp. She stands in front of me with a look of immersed pain on her face. Act 2 time, it sure is. I can't remember if I read that or not, but I don't think I did, and I think I'm a little bit late on that, but I apologize. Yuri, please look at me. I promised I would help you, and I don't plan on breaking that promise. Devin, I don't think I can... Don't say that, Yuri. This man may be the answer we've been searching for. He can help you understand yourself and maybe even help with your... You know... She stares at the ground for what feels like an eternity. Sharp inhale. I have to speak everything. Why, Devin? Okay. I'll go see your psychiatrist. My heart jumps out of my chest triumphantly. That's fantastic. I wrap my arms around her in a tight embrace, but she fails to do the same. I let her go. I'll call him and see what we can, when we can schedule a visit. It's obvious Yuri isn't excited about this as I am. I've been close to her all this time, and she has adamantly shut me out from most of her inner feelings. I can't imagine how she'll act having to open up to a complete stranger. I'm well aware this is hard, but for her own good. It's for her own good. We should continue eating before it gets cold. I shake myself away from my thoughts and turn to the breakfast. Oh yeah, let's continue. We take our seats and eat the rest of our meals in silence. I peek over and I can see Yuri visibly shaking. Her sleeves are loose and drooping down enough to where if I look hard enough I can see her arms. I can see the faint shadows of scars lined up and down. I whisper quietly to myself, I'll save you from the pain, Yuri. I decided to take Yuri for a walk through downtown to ease her mind. Devin, do you mind if we go in here? I look up at the sign. It's some clothing store. Yeah, sure. I grab the door and hold it open for Yuri. Was it just saying something? Yeah, no, I'm just imagining things. Once inside, I look for a bench to sit on. I'm not really a fan of shopping. That is, unless I'm shopping for a new video game or something. Do you know what you're looking for? Oh, I thought we could just look around. Look around? What the hell is wrong with this woman? Why would you go to a clothing store just to look around? That's like every woman ever, though. Are you surprised? Alright, then. Yuri begins to sift through racks while I stand there aimlessly. I look at the posters on the wall. They all show attractive people in dramatic poses and clothes. Devin, have you seen anything you like? Yuri speaks to me from the other side of the rack. I look through the assortment of clothing. My eyes become fixated on a sundress. I walk up and pull it out of the rack. It's a long magenta sundress with thin fabric and spaghetti straps. As I'm looking at it, some guy walks up behind me. Hey, is that one purple? Purple is my favorite color. Is that a SpongeBob reference? The guy takes the dress straight from my hand and walks up to the cashier purposes it. Oh god, I can't now I can't stop picturing that scene. Alright then. I walk over to the counter where the cashier is handing Yuri a bag. What's that? Just something for myself. A horrific roar bellows through the clothing store. Oh my god, the city's being attacked by a monster. I look down and see it's only my stomach rumbling. I love it. Want to go somewhere to eat? We just had pancakes. What the hell are you talking about? Sure. Yuri smiles and we exit the store. Alright, Yuri, where do you want to eat? Devin, you know it's not very gentlemanlike to make the lady choose. Ah. I'm sorry, I thought it'd be funny to tease you. Yuri continues to giggle at my expense. It's mind-boggling just to see how comfortable she has gotten with me. According to others, she isolates herself from most people. Then again, most people probably don't barge into her house. In the end, seeing Yuri smile lets me know that it's all worth it. Alright, you had your fun. How about we go to a ramen shop? I look quizzically at Yuri. Can't you just buy a ramen for like 75 cents at a grocery store? That's the cheap store-bought ramen. Are you saying you've never had authentic ramen noodles before? Can't say I have. Do you think there's one nearby? I am sure we can find one. I pull my phone out and start searching for nearby noodle shops. I found one just a few blocks down. I knew it! I freaking knew you'd do that! I knew if it had anything to do with noodles, it would be Spaghetto's place. And like the cashier is probably Spaghetto as well. It's called Spaghetto's Bowl. What a great implementation. My phone's about to die. Do you think we can pull it up on yours? Of course. What's the address? It's 1273 Rockefeller Street. Ooh, I can't speak. Alright, found it. Then lead the way. We walk through the streets of downtown. It's a beautiful day. The hustle and bustle of the street is the same as always. A lot of people are walking around and probably enjoying the weekend, same as us. There's some guy standing in the middle of the sidewalk menacingly. He's wearing a very light pink button-down shirt with matching shorts, black belt, and brown dress shoes. Is this not Suki's dad? His hands are wrapped over themselves across his abdomen, and he has a devilish blank smile on his face. Yuri and I quickly walk by him in hopes he doesn't do anything to us. Is that Natsuki's dad? Within a couple more minutes, we make it to the shop. I have a strong feeling that's what it is. I look up at the sign. Spaghetto's Bowl. This is it. I hold the door open for Yuri and we step inside. It's cold in here. As soon as we step inside, a gust of wind blows against my body. This place definitely keeps their AC on. I love how many AC jokes you're going to make with this Mondo. I look back behind the bar where the kitchen is. Chefs all hover above big pots, which I assume are full of noodles. The hostess approaches us. Hello, how many today? 2, please. Right this way. We follow the hostess to a table and take our seats. Your waiter will be with you shortly. She hands us the menus and walks off to seat the next guests. This is really nice, Yuri. I take it you've never been to a noodle shop before, Devin. Well, yeah, it's pretty neat in here. I look around the place. The dim lighting and music really set the ideal noodle eating atmosphere. I love how it has to be a certain atmosphere for noodle eating. I look over the menu. I'm sorry, was that racist to like Japanese people? I don't know. I don't know how their culture is when it comes to like to Japanese food and stuff like that. There's a lot of variety considering my previous views on ramen. What are you gonna get? Most likely the tonkatsu? Takatsu? I don't know how to pronounce it. I should because I took Japanese for a little bit before I quit. You like pork? What do you mean? Everything about Yuri has to have atmosphere, you know. True, I will admit that. Everything literally has to have atmosphere. And I'm out of soda now, so now it's on to the red Powerade. The red 0-calorie Powerade. I didn't say its flavor this time. But it doesn't matter because you already know what it is now. Oh, I just clicked out of my game again. Oh my jeez. I just assumed. Uh-oh. That a lady that wouldn't eat pork? I'm not sure if it's the kitchen, but my face is growing harder and harder. They turned their AC off! I didn't mean any offense. You're too easy to tease, Devin. I roll my eyes at her. Okay, you got me. Very funny. Now turn the AC back on. It was pretty funny, to be honest. I go back to reading the menu. I think I'll just have the same thing. A fine choice, Devin. The waitress arrives at our table. She places 2 glasses of water before us. What can I get for you two? I'll have a tonkatsu. She scribbles onto her notepad. And for you, ma'am? Yuri begins to get nervous. She has the same look she had at the coffee shop. I'll have the same thing. Oh, geez, she actually did it this time. My eyes widen a little as I stare at Yuri. The waitress, oblivious, whoa, to the situation, writes down the orders. Woo! Will that be all? Yes. She takes the menus and leaves our table. Is everything okay? I feel the corner of my mouth raise. I just wasn't expecting you to order. Yuri smiles shyly. Well, I suppose when I'm around you, I'm a bit more comfortable being myself. I give her another smile and then she gives one back. That in itself is a small victory. The waitress returns, bowls in hand. Enjoy your meals. With a quick bow, she walks off. What's this? With my chopsticks, I point at a small bowl of red mixture. It's a spice you could put in your ramen. Oh, nice. I grab the small bowl and begin to scoop it in my food. Devin, wait! What? It's very hot. You're only supposed to put a small amount. Hence why it comes to a tiny serving. I'm sure I'll be fine. You will end up regretting that. After scooping out half the bowl, I set it back down and stirred the noodles with my chopsticks. I grab a chopstick full of noodles and shove it into my mouth. Yuri winces as soon as the noodles enter my mouth. It's not so bad. Oh my god! Holy fuck! Oh god, oh god! I start breathing heavily. Smoke begins to billow out of my mouth like a chimney. It's like those cartoons where the smoke comes out of the ears and your face turns absolute red. I feel so hot. They turn the AC back off again. I'm sweating along my forehead. The broth feels like a molten lava being poured down my esophagus. Who made this, Satan? Beads of sweat trickle down my face. Or are those tears? Either way, my mouth burns. I grab my water and chug it down. That's not a bad idea. That's not a good idea. Water is not good for spice like that. And if it's pepper spice, it's not good because it will just spread it around. If you're gonna do a spicy thing, which I presume is like a pepper sort of thing, then if it's like a wasabi or it's fine for water. But if it's a pepper thing, it's gotta be like milk or bread or something. The pain fades away. Wow! Are you okay? Yeah. On the bright side, my sinuses have never been clear in years. I could honestly go for a good just like pepper off the stem right now. My nose is so stuffy and I could totally use that. We share a laugh and continue our meals. Devin? Yeah? Thank you. For everything. It was just lunch. No, I'm not referring to the noodle shop. I'm referring to everything. Everything you've done. I haven't really felt like I've done much. But when I think about it, Yuri probably hasn't had a day where she just goes out with a friend. Just one person being with her probably means the world to her. It's fine, Yuri. Like I said, friends stay by each other. She then takes her hands and intertwines it with mine. It's soft yet tight. Do you think I'm ready to be fixed, Devin? I simply smile at her. I stare into her lavender eyes. Healing begins the moment you accept the pain. I see a tear slide down her face. She takes a moment to absorb my statement. I'll be seeing you, Devin. Have a good night, Yuri. She breaks away and enters her house. For a moment, I stand there by myself as the cool winter breeze encapsulates me. My own words race repeatedly through my mind. We'll get through this. Together. A few days later. Woo! I awaken in my own bed today. Yuri and I didn't read together last night, so she's still at her house. In fact, we haven't talked much this past week after I told her that I'm taking her to a doctor. Yuri sees herself as some sort of freak, and I'm sure taking her to a psychiatrist probably doesn't help that image. Nevertheless, this is important. I text Yuri to remind her that after school we are meeting the psychiatrist. I look outside my window. It's a bit froggy, but that's not going to stop me. I continue to my boring morning routine of showering, brushing my teeth, and getting dressed. What to eat, what to eat. I repeatedly open and close different cabinets, lowering my standards with each one. Cereal it is. I grab a bowl and pour myself some cereal. I then open the fridge. No. Is there no milk? There is no milk. I'm out of milk. That's like the most important part of cereal. You can do it without the cereal, but you can't do cereal without the milk. This has got to be the worst day of my life. Maybe I can find a substitute. Don't even. If you put water, do not try and put water in cereal. It tastes awful. I know this. I was a kid once and made that same mistake. I look through the shelves of my fridge. I pulled a jug of orange juice. I glance at the bowl of dry cereal, then at the orange. Don't do it. It's going to be so nasty. Then back at the bowl. Lord forgive me, for I am about to sin, and I'm like pulling and tugging on my Focusrite. Oh my jeez. That's going to be awful. Last class of the day and it's almost over. Oh, we're actually back at school finally. This has been a while. I stare blankly at the clock, watching the seconds tick away. The teacher says something or other about World War II. I don't need to know history. I have my future all figured out. You know, it really depends on the cereal. Like, if it's... Okay, I just accidentally clicked out of my game again. You know, it really depends on the cereal. Like, if it's dry old person cereal, OJ is probably fine. I've never had a cereal that I feel that would work out well with orange juice. Like, you wouldn't put Lucky Charms and orange juice. You wouldn't put Pops and orange juice together. Oh, jeez. Using anything but milk should be considered a war crime. Why is I want to know why the thing. Why is the text gray? Is there a reason why the text is gray now, or is that like? Yeah, well that's why I said old person cereal. Why is the text? I don't get this. Okay, it was just I was highlighting it for some dumb reason. Okay, boomer. I don't know why it was highlighted. Like nothing else is highlighted. I have my future all figured out. I'm gonna write a song and become a famous musician. Why does this sound like me? I already have the first line down. Gucci. Okay, that's not me anymore. I guess I'll just repeat that line a dozen more times and call it music. And I'll put a beat to it. We'll just... That's what rap is to me. I actually don't care. I'm one of those rare people who don't like rap. Because I literally, in my opinion, I think it's just literally telling your old sob life stories to a beat. And calling it music and getting paid millions. And I don't accept that. I don't understand why that's music. I guess I'll just repeat that line a dozen more times and call it music. Not to mention when you can literally just take any like sample of like drum beats off the internet nowadays that are copyright free, just loop that over like 7 times and there you go. Just tell your life story. That's a rap song apparently. The bell rings. Appears the school day is over. I told Yuri I would meet her in front of the school. I take a shortcut through this courtyard so I can meet up with Yuri. My mind is going a mile a minute right now. I have no idea what will happen when I bring Yuri to this doctor. Devin! I stop at the sound of my name coming from an all too familiar. It's better be Yuri. It better be fucking Yuri. I turn to see who that person is. Better be Yuri. Better be Yuri. Oh no, it's fucking Monica! I swear to God, I'm gonna. Why do I just know when bad things are about to happen? Hiya, Devin. Hey, Monica. Where are you going? Home? Oh, the same. Well, if you don't have any plans then, wouldn't you mind walking me home? I stand there dumbfounded. Why would Monica all of a sudden want to walk home together when we haven't spoken in a month? And it's not like we left on good terms either. I'm actually about to go somewhere. You said you were heading home. You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Devin? No, it's just that something came up. I look around for an escape route. In the distance, I see a tall purple figure near the gates of the school. I look back at Monica. Her eyes follow mine. She also spots the purple figure. I see. Monica, I didn't mean to lie to you. I'm sure you didn't, Devin. I'll go ahead and let you walk home. Bye. Good, I don't want to see her. Monica trots off. Without another thought, I make a break towards the gate. Man, she's a dick in this mod. I'm here. There you are. I was getting worried. Sorry if I made you wait. I got caught up trying to take a shortcut. I guess it turned into a long cut, huh? That was a bad joke, Devin. I let out an awkward laugh, but Yuri still retains her nervous expression. Perhaps long cut was a very good word choice. I take her hand and hold it softly in mine. Yuri, look at me. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Yuri slowly nods. Alright, here it is. I look at the clock above the doorway. Right on time, too. The doctor should be out here any second. As soon as I finish my sentence, a man walks out of the office door. He's an older gentleman with black hair that has started to gray. He wears an outfit that you see in one of those fancy, expensive magazines. Nice dress shoes, a pristine 3-piece suit and tie, and even a gold watch. Dr. Peter Langton, psychiatrist. Peter Langton. Is that another SpongeBob reference? Dr. Plankton? It's a pleasure to meet you. He shakes my hand. You must be Devin, correct? Yes, sir, and this is Yuri. He holds out his hand to Yuri. Well, this is awkward. After a few seconds, Dr. Langton lowers his hand. That's fine. It's okay to be nervous around a doctor. I know. But I want you to know there's nothing to fear. This is a safe place. He raises his arm as if to display his office. So, how about we step through this door and begin the session? Alright, let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but for now I wish to only speak with the young lady here. What? Really? Just for now. Perhaps in later sessions you can join in, but for the first time it's better to be one-on-one. I decide not to argue. Okay, I'll wait here. Thank you for understanding. He turns to Yuri, who hasn't spoken to a word since we arrived. Shall we step inside? Doc, you mind if I talk to her in private for a second? Not at all. Take your time. I'll be in the office for whatever you're ready. He steps back into his office and closes the door. What are you thinking right now? I can't do this. Don't say that. I put my hands on her shoulders. Listen to me. You're a strong girl. You can get through this. And I'll be right here waiting for the entire time. Dr. Langton only wants to help you. But I need you to cooperate if not for him or for you, then for me. Yuri stares blankly at me. Okay, I'll do my best. That's all I ask. I give her a hug and she steps into the office. I guess I'll just sit here then. I take a seat and look around. The waiting room is full of motivational posters, pictures, and other stupid stuff. I look at the wall next to me. This certificate goes out to Dr. Peter Langton, blah blah blah. Stanford University, blah blah blah. Seems this guy really knows his stuff. This is perfect. For the first time in a month, I think I can finally relax. I'm finally getting Yuri the help she needs. Bzzz. What the? I pull out my phone to see if I received a text from the unnamed number. I swear to God, Monica, you can't protect her forever. What the hell? Is this the same person from a few weeks ago? What could they possibly want? Don't worry. Once she's gone, we won't have to worry about her. It's not like anyone would care. This has gone too far. I furiously type back a response. Listen, I don't know who you are, but if you don't stop texting this number, you will have some serious problems. You shouldn't threaten someone when you know you can't back up anything you say, Devin. This person knows my name? My hands are shaking intensely. Who is this? You will know soon enough. I shut off my phone to prevent any more messages. Who is this person? The only person I can think of, who has my number is Dr. Langton and Yuri walk out of the office. Pushing aside my thoughts, I stand up to talk to him. Give it to me straight, Doc. Your friend is in good health. I look at him quizzically. Really? Yes. She has a common case of social anxiety. It's fairly common, nothing to get worked over. Perhaps we can schedule another meeting so I can learn more. So what do we do? There are cases where, with age, the anxiety eventually fades away. There are also therapies in medical professionals, such as myself, that are willing to help. Simple as that? Simple as that. He gives me a reassuring smile. Thanks, Doc. And what about her? Her what? Did she not tell the doctor about the cuts? I look over at Yuri, who is standing awkwardly at the door. She didn't tell him about her cutting? Doc, what exactly did you talk about? I'm sorry, but that's private information that I'm not allowed to disclose. Patient confidentiality. There's an annoyed pitch to my voice when I recite that term to him. Of course, if she chooses to confide that information to you, that's her choice. Thanks, Doc. My pleasure. I give him one last handshake and escort Yuri out of the building. The rest of the walk home is quiet. Neither of us choose to talk to each other. I can't believe I did all this effort to help Yuri, and she does this. I can't even tell someone. I can't even tell. Oh, sorry. She can't even tell someone what's wrong with her. I need to calm down. It's not her fault. She should have been aware this would happen. I should have been aware this would happen. I shouldn't have been forced to see her. I shouldn't have forced her to see a psychiatrist. We walk into the house, and Yuri takes a seat on the couch. I stand awkwardly before taking a seat next to her. I have to apologize. Yuri, I'm sorry. She buries her face in her hands, but begins to cry. I disappointed you just like I do with everyone else. I place my arm around her. No, Yuri, I failed you. I should have known better than to force you into something like that. She lifts her head and stares at me. Her lavender eyes are puffy with tears. No, you were right to help me. I want to go back. Can you schedule another appointment? I'm taken aback. Really? I know this is what's best for me, and if you're by my side, I think I can get through it. I'm always by your side, Yuri. I take her hand and intertwine it with mine. Can you do me a favor, Devin? Of course. I don't know how to go about explaining everything to the doctor. Well, I'm all ears if you need me. Excuse me. Thank you. Yuri takes a moment to collect her thoughts, an action I see her do quite often. Do you know why I do it? I would guess in order to feel some sort of control of your emotions. You're not too far off. Devin, for all my life, I've allowed people to be the glue, the stitches, and the bandages to hold me together. And every time they've reopened without fail. I was only a small girl when I first witnessed how unforgiving this world could be. My mother and father would argue nonstop. I was scared for that one day they might even hurt each other. I used books as a coping mechanism, hoping that I could drown out my own reality and enter a new one. Excuse me, my nose keeps itching. Eventually my dad left my mother and my mom had to pick up an extra job to support us. Even with all that happening, I just continued to repress my feelings and read my books. That's how I lived my life until... She paused again to catch her breath as she collected her thoughts. High school has been the worst years of my life. Everyone is so cruel and selfish. She stares deeply into my eyes. Or that's what I thought until I met you. But even so, the kids at school would always call me foul names or spread rumors about me. Boys would always pick on me or stare at me when I walked by or call me obscene names. She's starting to panic. I can see the fear in her eyes grow with each sentence. Yuri, I think we should stop here for now. No! I need to get this out. Please. Tears continued to glide down her cheeks. I slowly nodded and allowed her to continue. I didn't know any other way to get rid of the pain inside. There's no such thing as a cure for pain. I had to find a way to release it somehow. I tried to understand what she's saying. So, I was right? It's a coping mechanism. It was at first. At first? At first I was really scared. But that moment I first did it, the feeling of the blade splitting into my skin, the cold steel gliding along my arm, the beauty of the crimson steam flowing down my arms, it was exhilarating. What? It no longer became a way to deal with the pain. I had been seduced by it. It almost felt good to cut. I knew it was bad, but I couldn't stop myself. My mind was already lost and I wasn't strong enough to stop the urges. I get a feeling in my body I didn't understand, screaming at me to let go of everything I'm feeling. Fucking nose. When I do it, it feels like I'm in my own world. It's the same feeling as I'm reading reading a book, except the no's are written in red, and the blade is my pen. But a book eventually ends, and my arm could heal, and I could continue to relive that moment of true freedom continuously. This is worse than I thought. I always thought it was just a way for her to cope with her life, but now I see it more as some type of drug. She's formed an addiction to it. Yuri, this is a lot to take in, but I just want to say, I don't blame you. What? None of what happened is your fault. I wrap her hand in mine. We can't control what happens in our lives, and sometimes we can't control how we feel. Sometimes it feels as if there's a force stronger than us pulling us and tempting us to do horrid things, like puppets attached to strings. I'll never understand what goes on inside your head, and I'm okay with that, because I still stand by my promise to never leave you. Together we can solve your problem. Another thought crosses my mind. Yuri, where do you get your knives? If you're referring to what I used to cut, I have a knife collection. A knife collection. I've been hiding it whenever you come over because I thought you would get mad and find it unlikable. In any other case, I would think a knife collection is cool, but for Yuri's sake, it's not good to have. Yuri, I'm sorry, but you have to get rid of your knives. But she thinks over for a while. You're right. I know it only adds to the temptation, but it's so hard. I know it is, but trust me, if you really want to get better, the best thing to do is throw away any temptation. Promise me you'll throw out your knife collection. Tears continued to pour. She cried so much that I'd have thought her tear ducts would be drained by now. She slams her head into my chest and continues to cry. I wrap my arms around her. It's all right, Yuri. I promise to never let anyone hurt you again. Devin, you've heard my story. You see now that I'm just a monster. I'm weak and I can't control my emotions. I take all my pent-up feelings and release them into my own skin. How can anyone think that's okay? No one can... Huh? She looks up at me, her soft eyes locked into mine. Because it's not okay. But it's also not okay for me to sit idly by and let you continue to hurt yourself. That's why I'm not going to stop until you're better. But why? Because, Yuri, everything around me becomes blurry. The only thing I see is her. Because I love you. I love you, Yuri. I said it. I said the word I would never believe that word would leave my mouth. Love. What an alien word to me. But it's the only word I can think of for this moment. I feel as if everything that's happened to this past month had been let out. I love you more than anything else in this world. And when you love someone, you don't give up. Devin, I love you too. Yuri wraps her arms around me and leans closer. Thank you. You can thank me once that collection is thrown away. I give her a quick smile, but she closes her eyes and continues to lean in. Ooh, I love the artwork. It's awesome. I feel her lips press against mine. All my senses are immediately overwhelmed. The taste of vanilla on her lips, the faint scent of lavender in her hair, the sound of true that's the word that happens in New Eyes like 20 million times over that I still can't pronounce as my heart beats out of my chest. I don't know if anybody remembers or anybody stuck around for that long, but I literally I played New Eyes a while back, and that word would always appear, and I would not be able to pronounce it. I'd be like, that word, and here it comes again in another Yuri mod. It's like it's kind of pinned to her at this point. Her arms around me and mine around her. Everything else in the world has been drowned out. Every single thought that had stormed in my mind has been calmed. It's just Yuri and me in a single moment of time. There's an odd feeling in my stomach. Perhaps it's butterflies? I can't describe it in other than it's somewhat comforting. Like all my worries have been washed away. Yuri pulls away. What felt like an eternity was only seconds. Was only a few seconds. But the feeling continues to stay. Epic artwork is epic. Sure is. I can't even do it like that. What the crap? Ecstasy. I would never be able to. I'll never get that down. So we sit in silence for a moment. I guess it's my turn to thank you. You can thank me after you schedule my next appointment with Dr. Langton. She throws me a soft smile, and for a moment I feel like everything will be all right. I'm getting heartburn all of a sudden. Is this our Act 3 now? No, it's just a few days later. Not quite Act 3 yet. Whew. I rub my eyes awake. Ugh. I look over my left to see Yuri sleeping. We've been continuing our dates, reading at each other's houses. I unplug my phone from the charger and check the time. Oh my god, Yuri, wake up! I grab her shoulder and lightly shake her. Huh? Oh no, did I sleep in? I need to put on my teeth and brush my pants. I love that. Yuri starts to furiously get out of bed. No, Yuri, we still have a lot of time. She calms down a bit. Then why do you sound like something urgent happened? Because I show her the calendar on my phone. Today's the last day of school. During the holiday season, we get a couple weeks off from school. A bashful smile appears on her face. That's fantastic. Come on, you can get dressed in the spare bedroom. When you say bashful, does it like sound like she's like, oh, that's fantastic. Can I go back to bed now? I finished my routine a lot earlier than Yuri, so I decided to start making breakfast. Seriously, what is it with girls taking forever to get ready? They got a whole routine set up and planned. It's all part of their ritual. I will never understand it. What's a make? I opened the fridge and grabbed some unopened pack of bacon strips. Nice. Hopefully I have eggs as well. Bingo. I grabbed the egg carton and opened it up. There's still about half a dozen eggs left. That's more than enough. I start the stove and begin cracking the eggs. Yuri walks into the kitchen. That smells very pleasant, Devin. Sounds like you're in a good mood. Of course, no school is a dream for me. I have more time to read, learn new things, and I don't have to worry about the human interaction. I notice we pause. Yuri doesn't notice, and I continue cooking. Are you saying you're not going to spend time with me over the break? I didn't mean... You kept falling for my sarcasm, Yuri. I figured a smart girl like you would catch on. You would think. What was that? Are these eggs ready yet? I looked down to see my breakfast burning. Oh shit! I quickly snatched the spatula and scooped the eggs and bacon onto the plates. I bring the plates to the counter and take a seat. Yuri, you've been served. Foo. Okay, that's a great way to laugh. Thank you, Devin. Perhaps I should try to start a conversation. Do you have any plans for the break, Yuri, besides reading? Oh, well, not really. Well, you're always welcome to spend time with me. Are you sure? I mean, we've already spent the past month together. Without school, we could have even more time. Well, I would really like that. She gives me a soft smile. I check the time. Ooh, we should probably start heading out now. We don't want to be late for the last day. I grab our plates and put them in the sink. Yuri and I both head outside and start to walk to school. We arrive at the courtyard. Our first classes are at different sides of the school. We say our goodbyes and head to our respective classrooms. Class is still boring as ever. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's the what do they call it? The quadratic formula. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that in my entire life. Same. I did like I was doing a school project back in like my freshman year of high school, and my project was to do like one of like many different choices, and one of them was a song, and I did a song on the quadratic formula, and I did an entire whole like I played it out on the guitar. I recorded myself doing it, and boy did I get a great grade for that. So that's how literally I can sing that in my head now and know what it is. That's how I remember it so well. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that in my entire life. Neither am I. So long, math. The school bell snaps me out of my daze. Time to walk Yuri home. I sling my backpack over my shoulder and head for the door. Oof, is that Natsuki? It is Natsuki, I caught it! I got it right this time. Natsuki! This is awkward. Hey, is for horses, I'm sorry. Can you be serious for once? Alright, sorry. So I take it went well with Yuri? What makes you say that? I saw you two in the courtyard. Oh, yeah, it went well. Good. I don't know if Natsuki knows about Yuri's cutting, so I refrained from mentioning it. So how'd it go with you? I went home and went to bed. This conversation is going nowhere. Natsuki, wait. I wanted to talk about that day. I don't like where this is going. The vending machine day? I may have accidentally given you too much information about my home life. Yeah, the vending machine day. Natsuki, it's fine. I understand if your parents are going through some financial problems. Parent. Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't... Look, just shut up and let me get rid of this off my chest. I just need to vent to someone. And why me? Because you're the only person dumb enough to listen. Fair enough. Alright, continue then. As I was saying, this next part pertains to you. Uh-oh. A lot of people see my dad as some abusive monster, but he's not. He just struggles with saving money. And he has his bursts of anger, but he tries hard to maintain himself. He's been taking medication to keep himself stable, but even those cost money. So... we decided it's best if I don't live with him. What I'm hearing breaks my heart. It must be hard to have part with someone you've known for all your life. Wait, Natsuki, how does this pertain? She's gonna ask to stay with me, isn't she? You want to stay at my house? Natsuki composes herself. I knew you were a stalker. I roll my eyes at her. Natsuki switches back to her serious mode again after a quick remark. Well, I was wondering if you could ask Sayori if I could live with her. Considering the last time I talked to Sayori, I don't think I could do that. I don't know. You're neighbors, aren't you? Can't you just drop by her house on your way home? I think to myself, on one hand, Sayori never wants to see me again, but on the other hand, I don't want Natsuki to be homeless. But on my third hand, I wanted to walk Yuri home. On the fourth hand, it'd be morally wrong for me to let Natsuki be homeless. I have to do what's right. Alright, I'll ask. Thanks. I guess the conversation's over. Well, I'll go do that now. Yeah. I walk out of the classroom. Once I turn the corner, I make a mad dash for the gates. I hope I'm not late. I arrive at the gate, but there's no sign of Yuri. I pull out my phone to call her, but it appears she's already sent me a text. I tried to wait, but I need to get home early. I'm very sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Damn it! I lean against the bricks that make up the campus walls. I'm disappointed I couldn't see Yuri today. Oh well. At least I'll see her tomorrow. I make my lonely trek home. I sing to myself to keep my sadness away. My shadow is the only one that walks beside me. Oh, is that a Green Day song? Yep, that's a Green Day song. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That's a good song. One of my favorite. I stop in front of Sayori's house. Here goes nothing. I attempted to take a step, but my feet are pinned to the ground. I'm frozen on the sidewalk. Come on, I can do this. I can do it. I forcefully move my legs to the door. Each step feels like I'm trudging through a snowstorm. I make my way to the door. After 3 hard knocks, Sayori opens the door. Hey. Sayori looks bothered. Sayori, don't say anything. Okay? Please, just don't say anything. I don't understand why this is happening. Why me? Sayori, I'm sorry I came, but I need to talk to you. You shouldn't be sorry. It's not your fault I'm like this. I was selfish. I'm just so selfish. I'm sorry, Devin. I can't do this. She goes to slam the door. Oh, don't do this. The door swings forward before I can think of anything. I instinctively place my hand in the doorway. Sayori's door crushes into my fingers. Devin! My fingers begin to throb, but what's important is that I prevent Sayori from shutting me out. I'm so sorry. Sayori looks like she's about to cry. Sayori, just listen to me. I begin to tell Sayori everything about my encounter with Natsuki, about Natsuki's situation with her dad, her needing a place to live. I have trouble looking her in the eyes as I speak. It doesn't look like she's even listening at all, and she may have tuned me out. But eventually she speaks up. Okay, that's it. Natsuki deserves a place where she can feel safe. Tell her she can live with me. My heart becomes a little lighter. Thank you so much. I'll tell her as soon as I can. Sayori doesn't say another word. For a moment she just stands there staring at me. Her blue eyes glisten as she slowly closes the door. And once again, I'm left alone. I guess I might as well catch up on some TV shows before bed. The hours went by quickly. The moonlight from my windows tell me it's already nighttime. I feel bad for not getting to see Yuri today, but hopefully I can make it up to her tomorrow. I am so glad I was able to help Natsuki out, however. I still feel sick after the look that Sayori gave me. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe Natsuki can help Sayori with her depression, something that I failed to do. I groggily head upstairs to go to sleep. Something tells me this is not going to end the way I want it to, is it? I awaken in the sanctity, of my blanket. sake, titty. I will never live that down. The first day break, when every student doesn't have a care in the world, I take a moment to just stare at my ceiling, the morning glow peeking through my blinds. I can't help but have a smile on my face. I have a strong feeling today will be a good day. Hopefully I'm right. After enjoying the feeling of naturally waking up, I climb out of bed. I do my morning stretches and head to the bathroom. As I'm eating breakfast, I decide to call Yuri. Answer, 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 answer. Hello? Good morning, Yuri. Good morning, Devin. Despite still being fairly early, Yuri's voice shows no sign of tiredness. She must be a morning person. Sounds like you slept well. That I did. Yuri pauses just long enough for me to speak up. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. I just got up in caught up in something after class. I swear I tried to get out, but it was... Devin, it's okay. I'm sure you had good reason. Plus, I can never be mad at you. I begin to blush. Well, in that case, I wanted to ask you something. Okay, ask away. Well, I thought that we could what? I feel Yuri knows what I'm about to ask her, but rather than sparing me from the fear, she decides to seize the question instead. That you can come over today. Perhaps we could watch a movie or something. There's a moment of silence after Yuri ponders the question. I'd love to. Really? Of course, I'll be there in about half an hour. Is that okay? Or about an hour. Is that okay? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll see you then. Bye-bye, Devin. We're halfway through Act 2. Okay, cool. Oh, I went to the gym yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. And my arms, just so wicked sore. Bye. I hang up the phone. I pump my fist in excitement before realizing, what are we going to do? I told Yuri we would watch a movie. I needed to get my head out of my ass. It's just two friends of opposite genders alone in the house. Damn it! Alright, I need to calm down. You and I have spent a lot of time together. We shared a kiss. Hell, we even slept in the same bed. It was a very big bed, though. But the same bed nonetheless. So why do I feel so different? It feels as if our relationship has grown in some way. No, I no longer see Yuri as the girl she presents herself as. To me, she's no longer that shy girl who steers away from anyone who talks to her. She's just a normal girl. Sure, she still needs help, and we still need to get rid of her knife collection, but my mind relaxes as I feel if I've actually made progress. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? I've set up some small snacks and glasses for us so we can watch the movie. Yuri should be arriving any second. Snacks, check. Deodorant, check. A sniff, check. Oh, jeez. Clean clothes, check. Movie. Uh-oh. I haven't picked a movie yet. What am I gonna do? Uh-oh. I got to answer the door. Oh, maybe Yuri can help us out. I open the door. I gently open the door. I put on my most inviting smile. I'm sorry, I really shouldn't be joking about that every single time I hear a door. Hey, hello, Devin. I gestured for her to come inside. Thanks for inviting me, Devin. I waved my hand in front of my face. Don't worry about it. It's the least I could do for not walking you home yesterday. What a gentleman. I begin to blush as my face grows hot. I swear I turned my AC on. Again with the AC joke. I suppose chivalry isn't dead after chivalry? Yeah, isn't dead after all. I gesture for her to. I'm not doing so good with English dictionary language. For her to take a seat on the couch as I walk over to the TV stand. Oh, Devin, don't tell me you didn't tell me what we were gonna watch. And there's the question that drives the nail in the coffin. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, I just said that it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise for both of us. Yuri likes horror. Maybe I should do that. Or maybe, I'm sorry, am I shaking my, I'm like tapping my foot and I think I'm shaking my desk. And in return, shaking my monitor. In return, shaking my webcam. So I apologize for that. I just spit everywhere too. Or maybe action. Who doesn't love superhero movies? Or maybe a romance. Don't be dumb, Devin. Don't be dumb, Devin. That only works in movies and games. What about a comedy? I'll be able to see Yuri laugh. Or maybe that one movie where everything was a dream. Titanic? Is everything okay? Yeah. Is something wrong? At this point, I'm starting to sweat. What do I do? Light bulb. What was that? Again with the freaking Despicable Me reference. I turn and look at her. You have to guess what movie we're watching. I'm not good at guessing. Give it your best shot. Yuri thinks for a moment. I got her right where I want her. Well, I've been really wanting to see the movie Misery. There's a movie about the state of Missouri. That's not what she was talking about at all. I read the novel and I've been wanting to compare it to the movie. Oh, Misery by that King dude. Really? Oh, Yuri's gonna kick the shit out of you now. Yuri gives me a look of disappointment. Why am I like this? I turn back to the TV stand. Please have Misery. Please have Misery. Please have Misery. I look into the back where I store movies and put my parents. I store the movies my parents used to own. All of a sudden, I spot it. You're a good guesser, Yuri. Huh? I turn around and present the case to her. Her lavender eyes brighten up and reflect the sunlight seeping from the window. How? She sounds baffled as she can't believe she guessed it right. Truth is, whatever movie she guessed, I was gonna be the one that I picked. And of course, you should have just asked her to pick the movie. Honestly, that would have just been so much easier. It would have saved you the embarrassment. And of course, luck was involved with whether or not I had the movie on hand. It's what I like to call the one step ahead trick. I pop the disc into the tray and play it. Meanwhile, Yuri gathers the that word on the coffee table. MC Big Brain move, yes. Wait, am I supposed to sit on the couch with Yuri or sit on the other? This is a date, correct? I guess I didn't say, but it was heavily implied. Am I overthinking this? Devin, I snap out of my thoughts and turn to Yuri. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I walk to the couch that Yuri's sitting on. Is this seat taken? Yuri smiles cutely. For you, not at all. I plop down next to you. To her. Whoa! Yo! Read correctly, please. Partway through the movie, and Yuri and I have already consumed all the snacks I laid. We're fat now. The movie is pretty good, but I'm having a hard time focusing with Yuri in my view. Why watch a movie about a writer with broken legs when instead I can just stare at Yuri all day? That's kind of kinky. She turns to me slightly. In the book, she cut off his foot. Huh? Oh, I was just pointing out the differences between the novel and the movie. Oh, that came out a bit more unenthusiastically as I wished. This isn't boring for you, is it, Devin? What? No. I'm really enjoying the movie so far. Yuri then grabs the remote and lowers the volume a bit. Then what's the main character's name? Oh, she throws us the difficult ones. What? The main character. What's his name? Alright, I know this. Think, Devin. Shit. I should have read the novel. I really, really, really should have read the novel. Don't get me wrong. I love Stephen King. I've read I love his work. I read The Running Man and holy shit. The movie's not nearly as good, but the novel's freaking awesome. And the movie's so much different too. Like the movie does not even represent the book at all. I saved the game, right? I did. So we're just gonna take a shot at this. And I'm gonna get so much hate in the comment section too, because I'm gonna be like, Thomas, here goes nothing, Thomas. Yuri can my failure. Yep, his name is Paul. Fuck. I could have been right, but I didn't. His name is Paul Sheldon. I knew that. I was just testing to see if you knew that. Bro moment. I'm sorry. I should have read the novel. I didn't do my homework. I'm sorry. Yuri stifles a laugh before returning to the movie. Is now my chance? She's distracted. I should make my move. Would it be weird if I did, or would it be weird if I didn't? I mean, we kissed. What's an arm wrap? An arm wrap compared to that? I maneuver my arm ever so slowly as if it were moving through molasses. I gently place my hand over Yuri's shoulder. She does a double take at my arm and looks at me. Not a single word is spoken. She simply smiles and leans into me. Her head lays softly on my shoulder. I can't help but feel the corners of my mouth raise as well. We continue to finish the movie in a comforting silence. The credits roll. That's a long movie for it to be in the evening time already. Holy shit. Yuri moves off my arm, which is now fallen asleep. What did you think? It was good. A well thought out and suspenseful story. I'm glad I picked it. As am I. Either she didn't catch my ploy or she doesn't want to embarrass me. Although I couldn't help but notice all the differences from the book. Like what? After saying that, I instantly regret those lines. Well, at the start, here he goes off on an incomprehensible tangent about the movie. I try following along, but I can't quite understand what she's saying. It's like a different language. I'm too busy staring at the way her eyes reflect the orange sun peeking through the window. Right, Devin? Uh-oh. Ooh, we should have been listening. Oh yeah, I completely agree. Yuri stares at me as if I'm one of her books. I'm glad you see it my way. I silently exhale. Thank God she didn't pry that question any further. I suppose I should be going home now. If I wait any longer, I'll have to walk in the dark. That's the safest time, Yuri. Huh? Yuri gives me a confused glance. Because at night, if you get into danger, you can shine a light in the sky and call for Batman. You can't do that during the day. Yuri tries to hold in her laughter, but eventually she gives in. I'm serious, Devin. I have to go. You can't stay the night? I don't even have a change of clothes. But I stopped myself before saying, who said we're going to need oh, jeez. Oh, no, don't do it. I understand. Yuri stands up. Thank you for today, Devin. I was going to say, please don't ever go there. Don't go there so quickly. This was a lovely evening. Yuri bends down, and the thing is I hope there's no nude scenes in this mod, because if there is, I'd have to like take it off OBS for that given moment, because I literally, like, it's a live stream, I can't censor anything. Yuri bends down and places a light kiss on my cheek. She quickly turns and leaves as I notice her cheeks turning bright red. So please, tell me now, is there any nude scenes I gotta be worried about? I'm left sitting on the couch with a stupidly large grin on my face. If you told me a year ago I would have a relationship like this, I would have filled out your papers to be taken to the mental asylum. But now I've changed. No sexy scenes, don't worry. Okay, good to know, because I am not about to get banned from YouTube from this. But now I've changed. I feel a lot more confident, and like I could take on anything the world throws at me. I guess we'll just have to see where fate takes us. Oof. I need to set my power rate. I've been talking a lot. I open my eyes as the sun casts its light on my face. The sunlight creates a soft glow. Usually that means there's a heavy clouds looming over. Well, we'll most likely get some showers later today. I grab my phone and look at the time. Holy crap, I'm going to be late. Jumping out of bed, I begin to start my daily routine. Today is Yuri's second appointment with Dr. Langton. He was excited to continue working with Yuri and believes that he can't really help her. I wonder what he'll say when she tells him about her cuts. I promised Yuri that she'd open up about them today. I'll do my best to support her. I continue my trek into the kitchen. Pulling out my phone, I check the time. I don't have a lot of time left. I swipe a cereal bar and then swing open my fridge. Luckily, I remember to buy milk this time. I poured the milk into the bowl and dropped the cereal bar inside. Wait a minute! Yo, the cereal bar is a character? New secret character officially revealed? Cereal bar? Why isn't it working? All of a sudden, realization hits me. Oh. I fished a soggy cereal bar out of the bowl. That must look funny in code. Define character cereal bar. One day I'm gonna have a proper breakfast. I pull out my phone. Who says cereal is not a proper breakfast? I pull out my phone once again to text Yuri. On my way. I hope that's what it meant. Almost immediately, Yuri responds, okay, I'll be waiting. Yep, it did. So I'm good. I'm not sure why Yuri feels it's necessary to type so formally, but I suppose it's a bit cute. I finish my sorry excuse for a meal and head out the door towards Yuri's house. Cereal bar best girl. Yes! Can we please make that a Reddit meme? Cereal bar best girl. I finished my sorry. I already read that. I'm fine. I walk up and ring the doorbell. Just have like all the 4 girls aligned, and then just after that, it's just like, hey, these girls are great. But then like another slide, it's just a picture of a cereal bar in the club room. Cereal bar best girl. Yuri opens the door. Hello, Devin. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. Don't ever do that, please. If you do, please like send it to me. I want to read it. Hey, you ready to go? I suppose so. It's okay to be nervous. Just remember, I'll be right next to you the entire time. Thank you. I truly appreciate everything you've done for me. My face starts to turn red. Don't mention. Now that I realize it, don't do that, because nobody's ever going to know what the hell we're talking about. It'd be kind of a waste of time. Don't mention it. Yuri locks the door and we begin our walk to Dr. Langton's office. Literally anybody on Reddit who would understand that, it would be anybody who's played Fallen Angel, which I'm not saying there wouldn't be enough people to understand it. It's just you wouldn't really post a meme that nobody understands the reference. We arrive at the psychiatrist's office. Dr. Langton is standing at the door waiting for us. Ah, right on time. It's a pleasure to meet you two again. I once again give him a firm handshake. He turns to Yuri. Hesitantly, Yuri raises a shaky hand. Dr. Langton takes hold of it. Pleasure to meet you again, miss. Shall we begin? I want Devin to join. Both Dr. Langton and I share looks of shock as Yuri speaks up. I would feel more comfortable if he was with us. The doctor stares at us. He ponders for a moment before deciding to speak. Very well, you two step inside my office. We follow him in. We take a seat on the couch. Well, Yuri, would you like to start by saying anything? Yuri looks over at me and we lock eyes for a few moments. I grab her hand and lightly squeeze it. I want to show you. There's something else I didn't tell you. Dr. Langton stares quizzically at Yuri but doesn't open his mouth. She begins to roll up her sleeve. Yuri begins to tell him everything she's told me several days ago. About how she used cutting as a getaway from life and then about how it developed into an addiction. She talks in between sobs while Dr. Langton sits quietly, intently staring at her with a blank yet stern expression. I sit quietly as well, gripping Yuri's hand tightly as she continues her story. I find myself having to hold back tears listening to this all over again. Eventually she finishes. This is something very serious. Give me a moment. Dr. Langton gets up from his seat and goes to his computer. He begins typing what sounds like an email. A small piece of paper comes out of his printer. He then comes back to us. Here's a prescription for some antidepressants. They're used to suppress different emotions and relax the body. It'll help to suppress certain feelings you may get. Yuri takes a slip of paper. Thank you. After answering a few more of our questions, Dr. Langton escorts us out of his office. Thank you for coming today and also bringing this up to me. And Yuri, he bends down to be eye level with her. Everything's gonna be okay. He shoots her a big smile, but Yuri continues to stare at him blankly. This day may have been too much for her. Dr. Langton walks back into his office. I turn back to Yuri and I can see she's visibly shaking. I look at the clock on the wall. Yuri, why don't we go somewhere to relax? We have had a pretty intense day today, wouldn't you say? Okay. Yuri and I take our leave. Oh, my back is killing me already. We find ourselves walking through a public park. I turn to her. This is nice, huh, Yuri? I will say, it's nice to get some fresh air. It feels like the weight of the world has finally been lifted off my shoulders. Hey, Yuri, I know what will be good. And what's that? Ah! I take her hand and run off into the trees. Oh, that's amazing. I love that picture. That's awesome. I love the scenery. I got a bit lost, but after a few minutes we reached a clearing. It's been a long time since I visited this place. Here it is. I wave my arms in a theoretical display. This area brings back a lot of good memories. Sayori and I stumbled upon this place when we were kids. It was our own secret spot where we would play. One time she fell in the river and I had to jump in and grab her. Her parents were really mad that day. Devin, this is breathtaking. No, you're breath. Is that a Keanu Reeves reference? No, you're breathtaking. Yuri stands in the clearing overlooking the water. I love that. I love all the references in this. I stare at too, but not in the same view as her. To me, she's far more beautiful than the scenery. I watch as her violet hair blows in the breeze. Her eyes sparkle like stars as she stares out into the seemingly infinite landscape. She keeps a calm and content expression on her face. I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me, but it seems as if a ray of sunlight is shining on her, and solely on her. A ray of light traveling thousands of miles just to reflect off her face. It makes her look like as if she's glowing. We both stand in the clearing, lost to time, taking in our respective views. I can only imagine what she's thinking. Oh, this one's even better. It's got a lot more sky color. I didn't read that, I'm sorry. The sun hangs low in the sky. Eventually I decide to break the silence. We should head back now. It's getting late. Yuri looks at me as I just pulled through a portal. Already? She looks disappointed. I notice her shivering. With the sun falling, the light breeze becomes colder and colder. We can come back another time, I promise. Okay. Yuri softly smiles as we turn our backs to the horizon. We walk back to the main pathway in silence. You know, we could have a picnic here one day. Yuri perks up. Really? I can't help but laugh at the excitement of Yuri's voice. It's probably the first time I've ever heard her sound so genuine. I'm sorry. Of course. We'll set up some food. Great, fantastic. Maybe some tea, a book, and we'll come when it's bright and sunny. I'd like that. I wrap my arm around Yuri. She doesn't even falter. I can feel her tensed body relax, as if all the moments that had led up to this had been wiped from existence. If it was only as easy as a snap to wipe half of everything out of existence. I quietly laughed to myself, and for a second I feel like a normal person again. Well, we're here. Thank you for walking me home, Devin. No problem. And Natsuki said Chivalry was dead. I'll be off then. Are you sure? I mean, yeah, we're not having this awkward conversation again. You know what? I'd love to spend the night. Really? Are you surprised that I want to spend a lot of time with you? No, it's just that not a lot of people enjoy spending time with me. I wrap my arm around Yuri as we walk inside. Well, Yuri, I'm not a lot of people. You walk in and I take a seat on the couch. Devin, what are you doing? What? Yuri aggressively yanks me off the couch. Whoa! What did I do? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's just, you haven't showered yet. And you sat on the couch. I let out a long sigh. I suppose I am pretty sweaty from all this walking. Alright. Yuri looks on with a worried expression. From the bottom of my heart. My bad. I accept your apology. Yuri gives me a soft smile. Now enough with the formality. I'll head upstairs and shower and then we can, I don't know, read or something. That sounds lovely. I turn around and head upstairs. I only take a few steps before turning around and walking back down. Yuri? Yes, darling? I cock my head back a bit. Darling? That's new. I could get used to it however. I almost said forever, but I guess both would work. Anyway, I don't have a change of clothes. Oh well, you can use mine. What? Excuse me? Yuri scans me head to toe. We're about the same height. It takes every inch of willpower in me not to comment on the drastic differences between mine and Yuri's thickness. What's wrong, Devin? Don't you feel comfortable wearing a kimono? I would love to see that. My face grows as hot as if Yuri has no AC in her house. Again with the AC. No, I can wear a kimono. Kimono. That. Well then, in that case, they're in the middle drawer. Yuri walks away with a sense of victory in her step. Meanwhile, my face is red from ear to ear. Now this is gonna look fucking hilarious. Please tell me there's a picture of this. You're all breathtaking. I'm sorry, I'm wicked late on that. I guess it's time to throw out my masculinity and put on women's pajamas. Not to sound mean, but I'm somewhat fortunate Yuri doesn't have many friends to tell this to. If Natsuki found out about this, I'd never live it down. I continued my trek upstairs. After my shower, I come back downstairs in a dark blue kimono. Yuri does a poor job of covering up her laughter. Yeah, get your laughs out now. I don't know about you, but I think I rock this kimono pretty well. I do a quick spin to show myself off. You do look rather dashing. Yuri's holding a tray with a teapot and 2 little cups. It appears she's also got dressed in her own sleepwear. The tea must be still fresh, as I can see the steam rising off. I thought we could sit down and have a cup of tea while listening to the rain. I've been so caught up in my appearance that I didn't even realize it was now pouring outside. Oh, alright, that sounds like a great idea. Do you mind if we go upstairs? My bedroom has a bigger window. Sure. Once in her room, I take a seat on her bed. Yuri pours us both some tea and hands me my cup. Thank you. Yuri next pulls out a book. Would you mind if we finished it? Infinite Isolation. The book Yuri and I have experienced together for the past few months. The book with a twisted story of loss that brought us together, and now we're on the last chapter. Sure. The corners of her mouth grow. Teacups in hand, we enter our usual reading position. However, this time our bodies are even closer together. For a while, we just sit in silence, drinking, reading, and listening to the rain. We're on the last few lines of the book. I sit down in the corner of this cell. I don't know what's worse, if I'm honest, being surrounded by 4 concrete walls, or the fact I'm alone. If there's one thing that all humans share, it's a fear of loneliness. Most people can accept death. Some people aren't scared of tight spaces, or spiders, or the dark. But loneliness. There's nothing scarier than that. Because when you're alone, you have no one to help you overcome your fear. I look out to the small window near the top of the cell. The sakura. It's blooming. It must be spring then. That means I've been in here for... I'm not sure, really. How do you track time when you can't even see the sun? I look at my bandaged arm. I watched myself fall into insanity, come out, and then dive right back in. It's like a cycle. I've been in here so long I can realize when I begin to lose my mind. Even my hallucinations don't want to talk to me anymore. Boom, boom, boom. A monstrous banging is heard outside my door. I scatter towards the center of the room and face it. The banging grows louder and louder. Closer and closer. Then stops. I stand in the center of the room, my heart pounding. The air is thick. I don't dare make a sound for I fear breaking the fragile silence. My vision focuses on the steel door that has kept me locked away. A sound of scraping metal plays and fills the room. I shut my ears instinctively, but my eyes never leave the door. I hold my breath, and the door creaks open. Wait, what? That's it? I look at Yuri. I suppose now we have to wait for part 2 to come out. I let out a sigh. Fair enough. I set the book on the nightstand. I enjoyed it. Really? Yes. Thank you for sharing this book with me. Yuri turns red as she tries to hide her smile. We continue to listen to the raindrops pour. Once the tea is all but gone, Yuri lets out a yawn. Tired? Mm-hmm. Yuri closes her eyes and rests her head on my shoulder. We settle up next to each other as we listen to the outside world. The melodic symphony of raindrops continue to pound on the roof. Devin? Yeah? This may be an odd question, but... how come your parents are never home? Oh, I'm sorry if that's too personal. No, it's fine. I think it's important that you know. I put my arm around her and pull her close. The sound of rain continues to echo throughout the room. I love the artwork. I can feel our heartbeats sinking to the rhythm of them hitting the roof. When I was a kid, maybe 10 or 11ish, my parents got hit with a bit of a financial problem. I was real young, so I don't really remember much of the specifics of it. However, I do remember my parents sitting me down and telling me they were separating. They made me choose who I wanted to live with. I know it may seem like a lot to put on a child, but they wanted to make sure I did what was best for me. In the end, I chose to stay with my dad, thus my mom left. I'm sorry. It's fine. It was a long time ago. After my mom left, she got a job in a big banking company and moved away. I was lucky enough, however, for both my parents to be civil, and both still agreed to take care of me. You're very lucky to have two parents who care about you. That's what I thought as well. Eventually, my dad's business tanked, and once again we hit a financial hole. After that, he left for the military. He left you? Basically. After his business fell, he couldn't afford to raise me, and with my mom a quarter across the world, she couldn't be there for me either. So the only way my dad could earn money was to join the military. They gave him checks, which most of them go to the house for bills and stuff. And with the money my mom gives me, I use on groceries and other commodities. It's not much, but it's enough to get by without struggling. Well, physically I'm fine, but it does get lonely. Being home by yourself for months at a time. Yuri looks deeply at me. Her eyes glisten. She moves her hand and brushes her thumb along my cheek. It's only now that I realize I've been lightly crying this entire time. Yuri throws her arm over me and buries her hand in my chest. Thank you. For what? For telling me your story. I relax a bit. I place my hand on Yuri and begin to lightly pat her head. Her soft breathing begins to calm my nerves. I listen to the pounding of raindrops as I close my eyes. I lean back onto the bed. Yuri and I lay resting on each other. Devin, can you promise me something? What is it? Whenever the sequel of the book comes out, A Sakura's Guide, can we read it together? I remained silent for a moment. I thought it was already implied. Well, I didn't want to assume anything. Fair enough. I begin to run my fingers through her soft hair. Okay, I promise that when the book comes out, we will read it together. Yuri doesn't say anything in return, instead she just hugs me tighter. I love you, Devin. I love you too. There's that word again. The word I quite don't understand the meaning of, but yet I still say it, because it's the only word I can think of in this moment. Her soft voice bids me goodnight, and I slowly drift out of consciousness. Whew. I gently open my eyes. I grab my phone. My back is killing me. I grab my phone and look at the time. It's still fairly early. Is the sun out? Looking through the curtains, it appears the clouds still haven't fully subsided. There's still a light shower outside. I turn to see Yuri has mysteriously vanished. Huh? I smell food. I quickly get up and start my normal routine. While brushing my teeth, I realize how stupid I look in this kimono. Come on, you said you looked dazzling in it last night. Now you're saying you look stupid in it? I walk downstairs into the living room. Good morning, Devin. Yuri's hovering over a stove, a pan sizzling atop it. What? No darling this time? Yuri doesn't respond, but I can tell by her blushing cheeks that she heard me. I sit down at the table and Yuri follows, plates in hand. I start to dig into my breakfast. So what are the plans for today? Well, I talk my mouth full. I was thinking... Gulp. I was thinking we could go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescription. Then after that, we can return to that one spot from yesterday and have a picnic. Yuri smiles ear to ear. That sounds really nice. Yeah, that's why I came up with it. I hope the weather clears up, though. I take another bite of my food. Still chewing, I give her a big nod. Devin, I had something I want to do as well, if it's okay with you. Of course, what is it? I wanted to throw out my knife collection. This comes as a shock to me. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. I think that's a great idea. Really? Are you sure you're ready to do it? If I want to get better, I have to throw out the temptation. It'll be hard to get rid of the collection I've worked for so hard for, but I think this will be a good way to end this chapter of my life and open a new, brighter one. I'm happy to hear that, Yuri. We continue to eat in silence. I don't know how to whistle. Pardon? I thought I'd break the silence with a fun fact about myself. I can't whistle. I've never been able to all my life. I've tried as hard as I can. Looked it up, asked other people. Still, I can't whistle. Just thought I'd share one of my weird quirks. I take another bite of my food. When I watch TV, I always put the volume on an even number. So do I! Oh my god, same here! That's something I can actually relate to. I actually, literally, for some reason, I have to put my volume on an even number. Otherwise, it's just not okay for me. The same thing for my computer volume when I still use speakers. I literally, I had to put it on, an even number. Otherwise, I'd have, it would bother me. I let out a chuckle. What? It bothers me when the volume isn't on. That's literally me. I can watch it unless I can't watch it unless the volume level's even, or at the very least a multiple of 5. I have no idea why. I've always been like that. I can't help but smile. Even number gang rise up. Yes. So, there's my fun fact. That's cute. Yuri turns beet red. Alright, here's another one. When my shoelaces are untied, I always announce that my shoes are untied. I have no idea why, and it makes absolutely no sense. I just say, oh, my shoes are untied. And then I'll bend down and tie them. Doesn't matter if I'm alone or in public either. Yuri looks at me as if I'm sort of a psychopath. But then she says, that's cute. Now it's my turn to blush a little. Okay, now your turn. Let's see. Whenever I'm walking, I'll accidentally drag my foot whilst taking a step. I'll then purposely drag the other foot as well. It's as if my mind is trying to balance out my body or something. I've always found it very strange. I have no idea why I do it. I don't know if it could be labeled as some sort of form of OCD or perhaps something else. I'd say you're just weird. We share a laugh and continue our meals. I check the time. We should start getting ready. We can get to the pharmacy early, come back, throw out your knife collection, and then we'll have the rest of the day to do whatever. Very well. I'll go get dressed. Yuri comes down looking as beautiful as ever. Ready to go? Yes, let's go. Yuri and I arrive at the pharmacy. How can I help you? I look at Yuri. Prescription for Yuri. Can I get the last name? Yes, it's... Oh, my shoes are... I love that. Oh, my shoes are tied. I look down and realize I left my shoes. My left shoelace were undone. I get down on one knee. Loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool. And I stand back up. Here you go. We never get to learn her last name. The pharmacist hands Yuri a bag with a bottle of pills in it. Yuri checks the tag to clarify that it's the right prescription. You'll want to take your dosage twice a day, so every 12 hours. Thank you. You're welcome. The pharmacist gives us a huge, big smile. Is that it? I flash glances between the two of them. Do you have any other questions? No, I think I understand everything. Thank you again. My pleasure. I take Yuri's hand and we exit the building. It's oddly convenient that everywhere we go is in downtown. Alright, Yuri. How about we head back to your house and throw out your knife collection? Yuri takes a moment to ponder this. It's obvious she doesn't share my enthusiasm about removing her collection. Perhaps it holds a more emotional connection than I thought. That sounds like a good idea, Devin. It's my speciality. Having good ideas? No, being called Devin. We arrive back at Yuri's house. Yuri's upstairs, and she said she wanted to change into something more comfortable. I'll just sit here and wait. Bzzz. I reach into my pocket. Is this Monica again? Or the unknown phone number? I reach into my pocket and grab my phone. I wonder who it's from. It's an unknown number. I hope you're enjoying your break. Wait. This is the same person who was sending me those weird texts a few weeks back. I type a response. What do you want? You know what I want. Yet you still haven't given it to me. This is ridiculous. I don't know what you want, so just leave me alone or I'll call the police. You don't have to worry about that. My plan is already in motion. Plan? What the hell does that mean? Devin? Ah! I turn around to see Yuri behind me. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I slide my phone back into my pocket. I just dozed off waiting for you, so you scared me a little. My apologies. It's alright. You ready now? Inhale. I said it again. Okay. We get upstairs. I have that really stupid thing where I have to say what's happening instead of actually doing it. I mean, we enter her bedroom. I'm not even going to go further into that. We take a seat on the floor. Yuri reaches under the bed and pulls out a briefcase-sized wooden box. Damn, that's a big box. She pops the latches and then opens the top flings open. Oh, cool. So, I need to turn my face cam off real quick because, currently my father is home and this is his room. And he needs to currently get dressed, so he needs to be in here. I have the face cam off because he has to like, get undressed and into his, normal clothes and stuff. So we won't spare you the horrible sights of that. So I'm just turning my face cam off. I turned it off already. I just gotta let him know that he's safe. Okay, you're safe. Alright, so we'll just do this without a face cam for the time being. My eyes sparkle in amazement. I'm gonna get the chat back up real quick. Alright, there we go. Awesome. My eyes sparkle in amazement. There's a plethora of all kinds of knives, ranging from pocket knives to butterfly knives, needle points, tanto points, straight backs. It's not just the type of knives either. They're all exotic with their own unique design and color. Wow. That's all I can say in this moment. I never thought I'd use a word beautiful to describe a knife. How would you even acquire items like these? I almost asked, but Yuri speaks up first. They're beautiful, aren't they? She took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah. I thought she may have just had a few pocket knives. This is pretty incredible, though. This one is my favorite. She picks this one up. It's solid steel with light blue waves etched to it. I watched her twirl it around with her thin fingers. Tea with Teddy, welcome to the street. Joseph, did you pronounce plethora like that? I probably did. I don't know. Is that not how you pronounce it? I watch her twirl it around with her thin fingers. Would you like to hold one? I nod. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, like a sensei holding his pupil, handing his pupil a sword. I hold the knife in my dominant hand. It's a lot heavier than I thought. As I turn it around, its light blue blade reflects the light. Out of curiosity, I run my thumb perpendicular to the blade. It's sharp. You seem to handle it pretty well, though. I wouldn't say that. More so, I just have the common sense not to prick my finger on the point of a knife. Plethora. Is it plethora or pleth? I don't even, Devon 2020. That's another Devon 2024. I love it. Yuri continues to examine me, examining the blade. You know, Devon, for a long time, these are the only things I had. There was a time where I just given up on love. And then you showed up. And you showed me I don't need these things. Pronounced plethora. Okay, well, then I'll remember that for next time. Magically, the word might show up again. I don't know. And you show me I don't need these things. I felt the same way about myself. That there was no one out there for me. I would just live my life playing video games and I'd be fine with it. But that day when I looked into your eyes, I knew that everything would be okay. How much do you love me, Devon? Huh? I asked how much do you love me? Well, that's an unexpected question, and I think I'm safe. I'm going to quickly turn the face cam right back on, just so that it's not a boring stream. Don't know what that would have to do with anything, but you get the idea. Alright, there we go. I will call you and tell you right now. Please don't. That's an unexpected question, I suppose. I love you, 3,000. 3,000? Yeah. That's a big number. That's just how much I love you. Yuri blushes bright red. That was really cheesy, Devon. It ain't easy being cheesy. I love these references. I love it. I need a drink. That sounded like a freaking... That sounded terrible, that voice. It ain't easy being cheesy. Also, don't pretend like you didn't like it. Now, I suppose we should dump these out of nowhere and ring and cut through the air. Is it Joseph? No, it's Yuri. Hello? Yuri's expression breaks. She's turned wide-eyed and pale as if she'd seen a ghost. Is everything okay? Ooh, is this fucking Monica? Yuri shoots up onto her feet. We have to go. Now. What's going on? She grabs she grabs me hand and we rush out of her house. It's not a boring stream. XD, that's you saying XD, okay. Another Devon 2020 quote. God damn. Here I am sitting in the hospital hall. Okay. I don't really remember running here. The hospital is this about Sayori? The hospital isn't exactly close by, so I don't even know how we got here. I'm exhausted and I can't even keep up with how many thoughts are racing through my mind. Yuri still hasn't told me what's going on. She tried to explain it to me, but she stuttered and talked so fast it was incomprehensible. Oh, it's Natsuki. Oh, wait, she's far. I think it is Sayori, because Natsuki lives with Sayori now. Suddenly, a small pink figure enters my peripheral. Natsuki? Natsuki, you okay? What happened? It is Sayori. Sayori, I feel like a knife is twisting into my chest. My words are spoken softly. What about Sayori? Natsuki talks slowly in between sobs. I walked into the house, and I was going to make some dinner, and I called her down, and she wasn't answering me. I went up to her room and knocked. She still wasn't responding, so I gently opened the door. I shouldn't be laughing, but this happened like 3 times now. And what? And what'd you see? Where's Sayori? It's okay, Natsuki. I've been so lost this entire time I forgot that Yuri was still here. Just breathe. Breathe in and out. Natsuki, what happened next? Sayori hanged herself. I fall back into my seat. The knife twists deeper into my chest. I can't breathe. I can't believe what I just heard. I want to deny it. I want to pretend it's some sick joke. that none of this is real. I think back to my last interaction with Sayori. I think of my childhood friend, that bubbly girl that always smiled and always made the other people happy. Yet I couldn't make her happy. This is all my fault. Ripped bun. Ripped bun, it is. Hung, it's not hanged. Joseph, why do you gotta be so, like... why do you gotta do that in such a time? By the way, it's hung, not hanged. Natsuki, you're dumb? I know what you're doing. I look back at Natsuki. Stop blaming yourself. It's not your fault. Yes, it is. If you knew the whole story, you would know this is all because of me. God damn it, Joseph. Devin. Yuri puts her hand on my shoulder, but I smack it away. Hanged is for a living organism. Hung refers to inanimate objects like clothes. Yuri puts her hand on my shoulder, but I smack it away. Don't touch me. Neither of you can understand. I just need to think. A doctor approaches us with a sour face. You are Sayori's friends, correct? Yes. We've come into contact with their parents. They're on their way, but it'll be some time before they arrive. You kids should go home. We'll take care of her. Is she going to be okay? I'm no longer listening. I just sit there with my head down, thinking about everything I could have done to change this. The doctor and the girls keep talking, but it's all muffled sounds to me. Their voices have been drowned out by my own thoughts. But there's one word that I make out. A word that pounds on all the edges of my mind. Coma. Well, I guess that's the end of the act, isn't it? It is! I called it. I think I am going to leave it there, though, because I literally... we've been doing this for like 3.5 hours now, and I want to save the rest of this for next time. And it's also, I need food. I haven't eaten literally anything today other than a burrito my brother bought me while I was sleeping. But I think I am, with that point, going to leave it here. This mod is phenomenal so far, and I'm loving every single bit of it. Get destroyed with facts and logic, boomer. I appreciate anybody who did approach the stream. Epic stream, Devin. Thanks, man. And I'm probably gonna finish this directly next week too, because I wanna finish this as soon as possible. I don't plan on doing this just pre-recorded. I want to do this all in specifically streams because I want to keep the flow going. But for the most part, this is a very, very good mod so far, and I really can't wait to play the rest of it. But my throat is getting really, really like not sore but dry. Even Powerade isn't really doing much for it. So I really do appreciate you guys attending the stream. I am gonna leave it there though. So seriously, guys, thank you for watching the stream. For anybody who enjoyed it, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I did making it. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe for new. I'd love it to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.